Oh, yeah! You cannot do that because you have that much health. That was so freaking smart from Kioma. Because it's like, we haven't seen a whole lot of drive impact coming from these players because they can definitely react to it. It's just like, all right, a one button hit. There we go. But Kioma was so smart with knowing the health on Stunner.
Yep. And look at this, Kioma now. He has been showing us a ton of big brain situations right now. And he is trying to go up 2-1 against Stunner. But a beautiful EX dive kick gets Stunner right in there.
Oh, there we go, the tick throw. Yep, that is just so hard to kind of call out too, but close enough to grab the drive impact.
Yeah, throws the drive impact. Burnout against Cammy. This is huge. What a
He was waiting for that, but there we go with the Super 1 wake up. That's totally fine because you are stunned, you are in the corner, you do not want to get wall splat.
Yeah, Stunner does not want to get stunned right now.
Oh,
boy. Oh, try to drive rush in there. Nice check. Gets the cross up here. Gonna be able to get a good combo here. Just needs one setup, one hit, and he's got all of his meter. He missed the drive kick. He missed the dive kick. Execution error costing Stunner the game. That is brutal.
my God,
That is brutal. Oh,
it's like the salt on the wound right now. That's how I feel. That is so unfortunate because that's not what he wanted. He wanted to either do dive kick, but again, you know, we've seen those instances where like he did delay the dive kick too. He just did not do jump whatsoever. We didn't even see him do like a normal jump.
Right.
So I know for a fact that he did not want that.
Yeah,
oh
so
my
Stunner
God.
right now is, I mean, yeah, we've seen Stunner a bunch of times go back to the lobby to try to gather himself a little bit. And yeah, in that situation, an execution error costing him the game right now, he is definitely kind of in a, all right, okay, calm myself down. Let's get back into this. But Kioma, you know what? Look, you've played so many fighting game matches. You've dropped stuff all the time and gifted victories to opponents. You'll take it every once in a while. You know, when your opponent messes up on you, you're just like, well, sorry, you know, thanks, but
sorry, not sorry in a way.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, here we go. Now Stunner definitely finds, you know, the mentalness and just kind of chill, wait things out. Oh no! On the way down, that is a whip punish. Kioma looking very strong to get 3 medals on deck already.
Oh, nice reaction. Gets the OD, baits that out, go for the command throw just to build another medal. Do the OD version to make sure it kills. You are at 4 medals. I don't know if Stunner is basically mind-borked right now, because he is not playing as solidly as he was before. All right, here's a good opportunity. But see, dropping a combo like this.
Yeah, it's definitely just from that round. It's like, I definitely could have won that. But Kioma not backing down just yet. He is still sticking with his game plan, going for a hit grab. That still does a good amount of damage and just backing things out.
That was
Grabs
so
the way down. No, just one more. I'm going to see an overhead or a low forward. Going for the drive impact because he knows that he does not have enough health. Kioma going 3-1 over Stunner and is going to go against Namikaze.
Here we go. Grand finals, ladies and gentlemen,
Grand finals.
of Capcom Pro Tour Online.
Let's go.
Kioma going up against Namikaze. They fought each other on the winner's side earlier in this tournament. Namikaze came out on top 3-2. Kioma battled his way in loser's bracket with Manon all the way back to grand finals. Here we go. DJ, Manon, Namikaze, Kioma, grand finals. Let's go!
Woo! Oh.
See there,
Oh,
Namikaze.
yeah, no, we chilling. Oh, button check? Oh, no.
Namikaze is on winner's side, as you saw there. The little W there. Kioma is on loser's side. As I mentioned, Kioma has to put Namikaze in the loser's bracket before he can eliminate him. So he needs to win 2 sets of 3 out of 5, and Namikaze only needs to win 1 set. We'll figure out what's going on and get this match back to you. And, you know, just I was all hype and everything. And
yeah, you're
nothing.
Okay. You have to do it again, though.
Go.
You have to do it again.
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
all
Ooh, recharge up.
Yeah,
and then,
here we go.
Yeah.
Build
Yeah.
that. I have to wait my drive gauge builds back up. I'm in burnout right now, right? I'm like, oh. And then all of a sudden the match comes out. Shing! There we go. And then I can do that again. So
Yeah, so it looks like there are some technical difficulties, so we are just kind of waiting things out to make sure that things are good to go. Again, like, you know, it's always good to make sure that, like, if you do expect, like, some sort of delay on your side or just kind of, like, in the lobby, like, you have so much time to kind of, like, recuperate and also just, like, call things out because, of course, like, Capcom, like, they want to see you, like, play your best.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely.
It's called out.
All right. So again, though, shout outs to the entire Brazil scene. Again, 300 people entering in here. World Warrior is still available for you guys as well on Ryoran's channel, RYORAN. So definitely check that out for the BR Kumite, the Brazil Kumite. And shout outs to the entire Brazil scene who are very passionate about this game.
Yes.
And you know, they, like I said, they've had a representative in Capcom Cup just about every single year that we have had Capcom Cup. So again, just a strong, strong scene, and you love to see it.
Yeah, and again, yeah, like you mentioned before, like the World Warrior is like really nice too. Just seeing all the local regions, and of course, just having an online CPT just for Brazil. Again, it's just so heartwarming because we all know that the Brazil FGC is huge, and we all know you guys are like monsters over there.
Yeah.
Passionate, yes. And of course, like just training with each other too. Like Ronaldinho has mentioned before, where, you know, the scene is growing. There's a lot of people from different genres coming in to play Street Fighter 6. And of course, like, you know, the young players that I want to mention to spotlight, like Felipe and Hyuki, who are 19 years old. And I know Felipe, he quoted saying, like, I don't care if I win or lose. I'm just so glad to be in top 16. And that's what we really want in this competition, to know that, like, I'm so glad I made it this far. I can show, like, what knowledge I have in this game. And we are going to see it here. Grand finals, I believe we're good to go. It looks like we're good to go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So it's Namakaze, Kioma, grand finals. Let's go.
There you go.
All right. So good start here for Namakaze. Going to get a big combo and a corner push here off the machine gun punch. Probably going to get a no, actually just dashes in. Here we go. Kioma did build up one medal at the beginning of this round, however. Oh god, again, just cool low, finding its mark.
Oh, I kind of like that. Like, Kioma would always kind of go for, like, the safest B&B route, just going drive rush after doing medium punch and then going in for the shorts. But Namikaze, look at all that life lead and doing that sway once more. His sways are so on point because when he sees Kioma grab, he's like, no, I'm just going to kick your ankles and go to the next round.
Yeah, that just cool right now is causing some problems for Kioma. We saw it 3 times and he went with a low 3 times.
No,
he
misses
didn't
the punish.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is that button fast enough? You're -8 in those situations. I don't know what the startup on that button is. I'll have to double check. But
Yeah,
look
definitely.
at this. The defense from Namikaze has been absolutely flawless. And there it is. Just cool low, over and over again. I've seen it 4 times. It is hit 4 times now. Fakes it.
Yeah, definitely fakes it. And just backs away. And look at how much resources he has, too. Look at all that drive meter. But Kioma still trying to play patient as ever. Back
to back.
Yeah, that's going to be unfortunate because I kind of like how Kioma was able to, like, call out those sways and try to go for a medium punch to connect the hit. Because I did mention before, if you see DJ sway, you can hit medium punch to punish him for that. But Namikaze was able to space things out and was able to kind of go into that conversion for Super 3 and get that round for him, 1-0.
So far, Namikaze looking really strong here. I feel like in game number 1, Kioma hadn't been able to do much, and even right here, he's getting that aggression, he's getting that sequence because of a mistake from Namikaze attacking too early after the perfect parry. Corner situation now. Oh god, again, that light, that medium knuckle, so bad is so good.
Oh, tries to dash right back in after that kick, but Namikaze was so ready for a big punish, and of course getting out of the corner too. Kioma still sitting at 2 medals, needs to figure something out, tries to go for the roundhouse to catch him up, but Namikaze is playing chase my butt. You cannot chase my butt whatsoever.
Dude, that low just cool is destroying Kioma right now. It has landed every single time except once, and when it got blocked, he just used it to set up another one. So there we go, blocked finally, and yeah, There we go. That's one of the first times that we've seen Kioma block it.
Okay, here we go, Kioma. Get in that medium punch, too. The medium punch, it also kind of pushes you up a little forward. But it looks like Namaz is going to go into Super 3. It is going to get hot indeed, DJ.
Damage. He has his whole drive gauge back. Kioma's
Oh
run
my
out.
gosh,
Just
the
cool.
swing!
Finding its hit again. And Namaz is trying to speed run through this grand finals to cement himself as Kioma even said himself, the strongest in the region. And like I said, that sway, the just cool, the low follow-up has just been absolutely decimating Kioma. Right there, even there, a trade combo off of it, working out in favor of Namaz. Hardest part about Manon getting those lights combos like that is he doesn't get a medal off of those.
Oh my gosh, Namaz is finding the right hits, going for the right buttons as well. And that knee as well. It is so scary to try to anti-air. Namaz already sitting at match point. We'll see if he's going to take the Brazil CPT or is Kioma still in this?
We've had so many matches go down to the wire. They've been so close, including Namaz versus Kioma on the winner side. And Namaz right now is trying to speed run through this grand finals. Gets the hit out of the air. There's that sway again.
Oh, there we go. Yep, he was about to go for a fireball, but gets hit by the overhead. Gonna go with the grab after the drive rush. And the medium punch, that's what I'm talking about. Here we go, yes!
Yeah, finally blocked. Oh, he went for the overhead that time, maybe to catch Kioma one time, finally blocking, or maybe just to send the signal that he's willing to do it so that Kioma will continue to get hit by the low just cool. Punish time.
Oh, no!
He drops the combo!
But still in the healthy state with a little bit of a drive meter. You want to be careful about not going to burn on because that's what Namaz wants. But he doesn't want to abuse the fireball because he knows that Kioma's going to jump in. Drive rush grab. That is so good. He's been doing it so much.
One hit from DJ will win. Didn't go for the low follow-up. Actually just cooled and did nothing.
Oh, the anti-air goes for the super, but jump! Here we go! Namaz 3-0 over Kioma. He is your Brazil CPT champ.
Wow. After a top 16 and a top 8 of just close matches and just hard-fought matches, Namaz here chilling so comfortably in the winner's side, came in here with the utmost confidence.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of No Neutral. It's been a while. I feel like it's been days, weeks, months, years. Rob,
too long.
Where you been?
It's been too long, bro. I mean, of course, there's been some top secret Capcom information going on. We ain't gonna talk about all that right now, but we have been missing for a couple of weeks. I can say that I miss CPT with a burning desire to see some hands being thrown. And today we got South Africa.
Oh yeah, we do have South Africa coming up, and previously, it's a little bit of a break in the CPT action, but I want to give a big shout out to Namaz EXTM
He's
for qualifying
nasty, Brian.
out of CPT Brazil. We were talking to a lot of the OGs, interviewing them, talking about how Kioma is back in form, longtime Street Fighter 4 player, and it was Namaz and Kioma in grand finals, and Ronaldinho warned us. He said, he's like, hey man, there's this new cat in the block cooking up everybody with DJ. So we now officially have a DJ in Capcom Cup through Namaz, playing excellent, and a lot of character variety so far in this season. It's been awesome to see. Only repeat character, there's 2 Kens, but we have Chun Jury, we have JP, we have DJ, we have Luke, Zangief. So CPT is shaping up beautifully so far. Before we get into the South African CPT action, one of our favorite regions, let's impart some wisdom, some knowledge, some expertise, and in fact, how to gain that wisdom, knowledge, and expertise to you, the viewer at home. We're going to talk a little bit about matchups, how to break them down, how to study them, and how to master them so that you can dominate the competition.
No doubt. And look, if you guys are like, casual players, there's levels to this, man. It's not like you need to go all the way to the extent that me and Brian go to with it if you're not trying to compete to a high level. But if you do any part of this, then you're just going to get better at the game and get a deeper understanding of it. So, you don't want to just go into a matchup and, not know exactly what's going on. I remember what I will bring up to you guys is when I was talking to my man's Adam, I was streaming. This is back, I'm streaming all the time. And I remember I talked to Adam, and he directly says that for every single character in the game, he has a strategy. After that, I went and made a strategy and actually wrote out a strategy for each character in the game. You don't have to write yours out, but that's how I go about it. So first and foremost, boom, here's a little document. As far as how I even get to that point. Now first, that is my personal matchup strategy. Where I would actually start out is, of course, you play against somebody in a tournament. Somebody is going to beat you or whatever. You don't know exactly what's going on. At that point, my first step for me, Brian, is actually watching. I go back and watch myself play against the character on CFN. I go look at the replays, and I just study and see what's going on. Exactly why am I getting hit? So the first step in breaking down the matchup for me is I try to find the imbalances. So I look at a character's health. Is there a difference in health? Is there a difference in the range of their pokes? I'm going to trainer mode to check that out. Is there a difference in their walk speed? Is there a difference in their damage output? All of these different things. So the first thing I do is I create a much messier document, but this can be in your head too, so I can see who is better at what. And then I want my strategy to be somewhat based around that concept, these strengths and weaknesses. What's your first step when you break down matchups, Brian?
First, I cry, right? So.
Okay, that's what. You fit in with Twitter.
It's just part of the process. You got to grieve a little bit. First, you take your L. You got to grieve a little bit. You get a little salty, and then once you through all that, the denial, eventually you come to the acceptance, and that's when you start to work. I think that's the main process that most people have to go through first. And I agree with you with watching. I think that's the number one thing you need to do is watch your own replays. So I guess it all really starts from taking an L, right? I guess you don't really start really breaking down a matchup. Yeah. Until you're really forced to. And if you're a competitive player, what you realize is once you're in a tournament environment, you don't want to be trying to figure things out on the fly in tournament, right? And I find myself doing that too often in certain matchups where I'm not familiar with it. I throw the first round, it's free, and then I start clawing my way back from a deficit. Maybe I win, but it's like, why was it having to be won on the back foot, right? And it's because the strategy wasn't ironclad from round one, where I'm kind of figuring out what to do on the fly. So having that strategy ironed out for a matchup means from round one, round start, you know exactly what you want to do to maximize your chances of victory, and that you don't have to start losing and learning on the fly because you only got 4 rounds in worst case scenario to figure things out. So definitely rewatch the match. I mean, I tend to stream my matches, which makes it really convenient to look at an archive, go through CFN. You'll see things that you just had the blinders onto, right? There'll be simple openings or simple missed opportunities or instances where you're whiffing. You're like, why did I even press this move here? It was so obviously not going to work. They were obviously looking for this. And I think you'll start to accumulate a better game sense just through watching it. I tend to not write down like Rob does every strategy, but I like to just consume a lot of that media, watch the matches a lot, play them a lot, and I tend to then get the patterns in my head of the ranges that I'm effective at and that the other character is not effective at. And I think that's super important. And the other part of your document that I like is you have the matchup knowledge section. That to me is where I do like to write down here and there, because there's the high level game plan of like, I want to press at these ranges. They're likely to look for this move, so here's how I can counter it. But there's also stuff that's very like black and white.
It's like by the numbers. Yeah,
by the numbers. When they do X move at Y range, I do Z punish, right? Like there's some things that are just very much like you just have to figure out in training mode, and then you go, oh, if they do this move, I can do this option and they can't counter it, or here's the max damage punish for this, or here's how to block this setup. There's certain things that you got to kind of memorize. I think taking notes of that stuff is great because there's a lot of little details, there's a ton of characters in fighting games, tons of different moves. So I think writing those things down is super important to just glance at your phone or glance at a note and refresh yourself. You run into a Dalsim. Do you play a high-level Dalsim all the time? That's one of those matchups.
Not nowadays. You don't.
That's what, like, do you know what your punish is going to be if they teleport behind your head? They got greedy, they cracked, they did a random teleport, and you jab them out of the air. What is your max damage punish? Do you remember that right now? And that might have been the difference between win and lose in tournament to capitalize on that moment. Maybe you should write that down. You labbed it in training mode, but you don't get to practice it all the time because you don't run into the character. Those are the sort of things that I would write down. Or rehearse repeatedly to get into my muscle memory, because you want to have those ready on a dime in a clutch situation.
The way that this stuff goes, you don't just start out with this perfect, this perfect, well thought out strategy. You build it up, like Brian said. So you go, you watch a lot of matches, and then of course you get to the point now where you have to actually go and play against people who use the character. So you invite hella people that use the character. So you have this general overall theory that you go into the matchup with already from watching all these matches. Now you test it against different players that's using that exact same character. Then you go back, you're gonna lose some, right? You go back and watch those videos. There's no shortcuts to it, bro. This is really how it goes. Now you're gonna go watch those videos, and based off what you're seeing there, you're gonna see, oh, this was wrong, and this part of my strategy actually doesn't work because this guy just showed me this brand new counter that I didn't know about. Like if you only play against my DJ all the time, Brian, and you never played against, I don't know, Shin's DJ, you got a strategy based on me. You play against Shin, he just shows you, oh, you can actually whiff punish this with that, and you can
absolutely.
And that's where, you know exactly how it goes. Now you're adding layers on top. But so your strategy is never, it's forever evolving. But the reason that you want to have it, and this is something that most people don't know, I swear to God, if you want to nerd out on Street Fighter, if you love it like I do, this is the important thing you to know, and I smoke everybody easily by knowing this. Eventually what you have is it's a formula. It's like a math class or something like that, dog. It's a formula because it's a whole lot of like if then, like coding or something like that. If your strategy is correct, you don't need multiple strategies for different people because the character is just the character. If the person does not fit into this strategy, that means he is not playing the matchup correctly, so they are automatically going to lose unless they're just way better than you. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The example I give to you is, let's say you're playing against a Guile. Naturally, you're playing against Guile in Street Fighter 6. A part of your strategy involves Guile's sonic booms. Some player that might be newer, which a lot of people are watching this are new, might ask, well, what about this Guile player that's not throwing sonic booms? This is good that you asked this question. He's not throwing sonic booms. Well, now you think, why does Guile even have sonic boom? This guy is not using it. Why does Guile have sonic boom? Your answer to that is going to show you how to beat this Guile player. Picture Guile without a sonic boom, and he's a much weaker character. And that is how you break down a matchup at the highest level. It's a lot of questions, and you question, answer, and it gets deeper and deeper from that point. So if you have this together, I think most people could not tell you. If you ask them if they have a strategy for every matchup, they'll say they do. But if you ask them to actually explain it, they're going to start fumbling and bumbling with all of their words.
Yeah, for example, I mean, I'll give an example with JP because it's what I know best in Street Fighter 6. So maybe if you're not a fan of JP, you can use this to counter him. One common flowchart with the JP, because I think what, Rob, I would just say what you described is almost like a flowchart, but a very, very complex flowchart. That's something that I like to talk about a lot. People tend to meme on flowcharting as always being a negative thing. They always reference like the Ken flowchart where everything leads always to doing Shoryuken and wake up. But, right. But actually, I think all high-level players have just much more complex and well-thought-out flowcharts with a lot more options and a lot more branching paths. So like one of those examples I can give with JP, like with most characters, if I end a combo in a swipe and I send you full screen, I'm setting up the portal above and I'm just going to start spamming projectiles and you're going to hold that from full screen. Oh wait, turns out my opponent is playing like a Jury or a Luke and has a really good drive rush. I go to start spamming my projectiles. Suddenly they drive rush across the entire screen past all my projectiles and get a full combo. Whoa, wait a minute. I had to start thinking now? Yeah, that's where the matchup comes in play. So something I figured out is actual zoning patterns for certain characters based on their drive rush speed and distance that you have to modify to actually keep them contained. So normally with JP, you would do the heavy portal because that's the full screen one where they are and you want to, chip them away. But in those matchups, when I get those knockdowns, I set up the medium portal. And the medium portal won't even hit them if they stay full screen. But the point of that is, okay, I set the medium portal up. I'm going to sit here. If you drive rush at me, I'm not going to do anything. And that portal is going to come down and pop you for drive rushing at me. And then what I can do from that, if you respect that portal, I can wait for that to fire. Or right before it fires, I'll throw a projectile. The projectile will go through, then the portal will activate, then I'm recovering from my projectile relatively earlier because the portal spike comes second, and I can set up another medium portal, right? So I have a certain pattern that I do for those characters because if I do the typical flowchart, you will die. I mean, JP players, you'll know that you got your little flowchart, then Jury players ruin your day from drive rushing full screen. You have to adjust based on their options. Basically, the point of this exercise is to more quickly snap you out of autopiloting to have something specific that works. because I'm definitely an autopiloter. I tend to autopilot until some sense gets beaten into me, and that's how I tend to learn. But if you can like verbalize your thoughts, like Rob's talking about, maybe document it, it's a faster process, I would say, than having to always learn the hard way, right? You can learn the hard way one time rather than like 20 times. I tend to choose like 15 hard ways before I'm like, okay, I have to learn something here. But yeah, pay attention to when you're autopiloting. Some players will expose you for it, and then you can document that, figure it out, and improve rapidly.
Bro, the way that you just broke down that JP situation, like that could sound like I don't know, like a foreign language to some people, but that just made my heart smile. Like I'm assuming that we are like, this show is we talking to fighting game players, bro. That's who I'm thinking we talking to. If not, we can stick to Twitter topics. We can have fun. We can joke. We can play all the time. We can do tier lists all day, every episode. What you just explained right there, that's what fighting games are about. When you get hyped, when you're watching Mena and Evo Grand Finals and you're watching Angry Bird and all these guys, that is what you are seeing, the highest level of play. And if you want to get better and just enjoy the game more, now you have an easier time doing so. And if you want a more in-depth explanation, feel free to tweet me or Brian Neff, and we'll make sure we give you guys that. That being the case, you are about to see these concepts play out in real time. We are about to see some extremely high-level Street Fighter from one of the most exciting regions in the world. This is Top 16 for CPT South Africa.
Time to work, time to work. When inhaled, coriamyrtin blocks the gamma-aminobutyric acid receptors in the central nervous system, causing spasmodic muscle contractions.
Master, it's a work of art! It's perfect!
What to do with you now? So, shall we put him out of his misery? Time for some experimentation. I bet poison would work wonders on you. I wouldn't move if I were you. Poison's on the menu. I'm finished with you. I have my arm is dead. Let's do now. Here, there, then here, and my magnum opus! Is my poison kicking in?
Street Fighter 6.
You're really making all of this by hand.
Oh yeah. The avocados are hand mashed, the chips are hand tossed, and everything is made fresh.
You make it fresh every day.
Yes, every day. The Chipotle way is we make it fresh every day.
Sounds delicious.
He was obsessed, you see, with finding an appropriate vessel for this power.
Fight with all your heart!
We are supporting Capcom Cup 10 with a total prize pool of over $2 million.
It's showtime, baby!
Kioma takes it over Idol!
All right, you ready?
You don't want to miss it! Let him go!
Look at the damage! Look at that damage!
Now's not the time for jokes.
Your two-time Capcom Cup champion.
It's Mena RD!
Coming on in with one of the most explosive regions that we can ask for. And guess what? We have just as an explosive commentator to join us. Our first time, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, let me introduce myself. My name is Vicious, here with my man, Tasty Steve, back in the CPT. And just in time for South Africa for their qualifier. First and foremost, Steve, how you feeling today, man?
I'm feeling great. It is early. It is early. If you see me right now,
He's literally started up.
it is early. But it's never too early for some Street Fighter 6 action. Everybody's aware of what's been happening. Honestly, look, I wake up to this stuff. I mean, I might not be here commentating it a lot of the times, but I am watching it from the comfort of my bed. So it's a switch up being here in person, and thank you guys for joining us. It's always a pleasure to be on the mic with my boy Vicious for very good reason. That reason, Street Fighter 6, and the South Africa region is one of those regions I've been really getting a chance to pay a lot more attention to, find out, a little bit more of the storylines, and, obviously, of course, coming out of Red Bull Kumite, there was a lot of stories built. So, I mean, I'm just really cool. I'm really happy to be here and talk about it and see more of the region and play, especially with the stakes at line.
Yeah, no doubt. If you guys have been a fan of the South Africa region or are just tuning in for the very first time, they've had so many different events to really highlight some of these players. And we're starting to see some of those repeat players join into our top 16. Let's take a look at what that bracket even looks like before we get into the nitty-gritty details. Obviously, this is the winner quarterfinals starting things off. They only need one win to make it into top 8. Those candidates are Will Barton is going up against Sequ. A lot of details going on for both of these players. They've been very consistent throughout the entirety of the Get Washed series for the World Warrior. Will Barnett coming in as a Chun player. Sequ as our resident Zangief. You can see it. That's what I'm talking about. Followed by Ren, also known as Renowned Gamer, playing as Luke. Mark the Shark in the, the 9200 model. That's crazy.
Right?
Also playing off as Ken. Who do we have in the second half, Steve?
We got Jobby M, the legend, coming up, making a name for himself in multiple events. Definitely one of the names in the bracket. Of course, we've seen just how well he's been able to play, especially holding it down from Red Bull Kumite, as well as some of those other events.
Yes.
Get Watch that we've seen as well, one of the more recent events that has given a spotlight to this region. Going up against Mintz, another player who has been very frequent in this Get Watch series as well. You've seen him quite around quite some time. And Natsuka. Oh, man, Natsuka. The resident Honda out there. A very strong player. Honestly, I want to see the fact that we have such a cool variety of characters coming up to this point. And then Naruto RSA to close it out. Another strong player from the region. Honestly, like, the Ryu is one of these characters that I like to see at a high level, especially considering there's so many, like, sprinkled around. I mean, Ending Walker being one of them, out there.
Yeah.
And I just like to see a strong Ryu. There's nothing wrong with a strong Ryu.
It's super refreshing to see. Looking at the rest of the bracket, right? That was the top 8 from our quarterfinals for winners. Let's look at the bottom where the Sharks are. Not Mark the Shark, but the actual Sharks going into it. Because, again, loser side, it's just one and done pretty much. Sins versus 7BD Sen. Sins is the Luke player. 7BD is Jury as well as Blanca. Both of these cats very much so familiar with each other. Both had actually participated in one of the big events, Cape Town Showdown.
Yes.
Which wasn't even too long ago. I feel like it just passed by. But for the most part, these guys are actively participating in the World Warrior Series as well. Fire B versus Bionic. Fire been using Luke these last couple of months. Bionic with the Kimberly. Again, a lot of details that we can go into that as we get into their matches as well. Then for the second half, who do we have?
We have Acute Moon in that Marisa, if I'm not mistaken. And, I'm a big Marisa fan myself. Been rocking her pretty steadily from the beginning of the game. Who has been on a tear if you think about some of the placements of these other players here in this top 16. So it honestly doesn't make sense that he's sitting down in this lower bracket. I need to know the tail of the tape. Going up against Shinjiri with the Kim as well as the Cami. Also been switching between those two very strong characters. I feel like Kim doesn't get enough shine, and that's one of some of the variety I was talking about in this last part here. Of course, we have Shinjiri going up against Acute Moon. I already said that one. Who do we got?
Yeah.
There we go. CHBK versus Sunny. That's who it is. Sunny's DJ is actually something I've really been trying to highlight.
Yes,
very strong showing. I know it's been switching between the Gal as well. Actually has taken out Mark the Shark before and get washed fourth place recently showing as well. And CHBK, I don't know too much about CHBK. I do know it's a Kami as well, but still not a lot on my Richter. What do you have any news on him?
I mean, the most I put on is that CHBK has been progressively improving. Right, 25th at the very first World Warrior they started off at. Then they got 17th following after that. And the one that happened in October 7th, I believe, CHBK got within top 8, 5th place. So we're starting to see that really, really steady improvement. But that just happens all the way across every single one of these matches and every single one of these players, honestly, because there's just so much on the line with some of these World Warrior events. So a lot of these players, you're going to start to see either a lot of familiar matchups for them, a lot of familiar thinking in regards to the players they're playing off against. That's just because of the fact that they do play each other pretty often. With how much is on the line, I don't blame them, especially with every single CPT. This one included, right? With the total prize pool coming on in, let's see if we can get the boom. There it is. Oof. The event private, it's $5K on the line, ladies and gentlemen, at the comfort of your own home. Being able to play for free. Guess what? First place, taking home $2,500. Second place with $1,200 in their pockets as well. Third with $800 and fourth with $500. That's actually pretty damn good, all things considered. You get to represent your region if you're the champion of Capcom Cup, but also it's like, you get to put a little bit on the side for, a rainy day. Either way you spin it, it's going to be a bloodbath because these guys are definitely familiar with each other all the way through. And it kind of is a scary situation. Kind of going into what we just saw in the top 16, Will Bartness versus Sequ, Chun versus Zangief, right? Let's talk about Will. Let's talk about some of his accolades because we kind of skimmed through it a little bit, right? First at Get Washed. Literally the very most recent one, I should say. The last one that they had over in October 7th, that is. He got it over Acute Moon in both winners finals and grand finals. So just that statement alone, we have somebody in the losers bracket that has taken down some of the heaviest hitters in South Africa. This guy, Acute Moon, we'll talk about him in another time. But again, it's a very wild variety of placements. Will Bartness seems to be the top dog and is also going to be our top player right now. Going up against Sequ. Sequ, he actually got 9th at the last 3 World Warriors he's been a part of. He's almost there at getting top 8. He is very, very much so very, very close. And I think the first time I really got exposure to him was at Red Bull Kumite. He was at the top 8.
No, a very strong player. Actually, I saw a little bit of his story. I actually had an article with Red Bull over just his achievements and how long he's been in the scene. Started in Street Fighter 2, found out about the events fairly recently, and he really didn't even expect to do that well at Red Bull Kumite. So just to see that, first off, you learn about more of these players, and two, my man's rocking the Geef. I love to see a good wrestler out there in the streets doing their due diligence, especially because I feel like that character does not get enough love. I mean, we've seen what Snake Eyes has done with the character, but I want to see more. I'm glad that we have a player like Sequ out there showing us how it's done, especially all the way over in Africa.
So what you're expecting right now is going to be Chun-Li versus Zangief. Really, really curious to see how that's going to play out, especially in the region of South Africa, because there's so many different regions that kind of represent different types of play styles. And I feel like with 6, there's a little bit more expression nowadays, right? You're starting to see some of the really interesting concepts that are slowly being put together in the meta. But looking into it, hopefully we can get into our first match in just a little bit. Obviously, we like to do the whole, there we go, the head-to-head.
There we go. My man, Will Barton is
There's
39.
no way he's 39,
bro.
fam.
My man, look,
Ain't no
you know
way.
what they say.
Bro, fresh out of college.
Right?
What do you mean, dude? Ain't no way he's 39.
Nah, man, Will Barton is rocking the Chun-Li on top of that. Yeah, my man is 39. And, of course, definitely one of the people we're looking at to make it very far in this bracket, already in the top 16 showing. So I would love to see just the advancement that goes on. Sequ, like we said before, the resident Zangief. Honestly, I want to see how far any Zangief goes in the bracket. But Chun-Li, one of those characters I feel like is very strong. Doesn't get a lot of play in some of these situations because she does have that difficulty ceiling when it comes to some of her combos. Geef, on the other hand, has like the SPD instance where he can get a lot of great reversals. That's 30% damage right off the bar if you spin it on the OD. It's more about setting up those situations. Will Bartness, will you let that happen? I guess we're going to find out.
Oh,
it's coming down the line. The brand new season SFL US, the Pro League. You saw it right there. And then, of course, we have the premiere coming up in Singapore, the offline premiere at that.
Yeah.
And on top of that, Yipes is going to be there.
Yipes
Sage
just
Jam is going to be
announced it.
there.
Yeah, that's
it's
cool.
actually going to be a good time. And of course, Europe Northeast is now, Europe Northeast is actually open for registration right now. So if you guys would like to get involved, there's so many cool things that we actually have coming down the timeline.
I have to check this out too. If you guys haven't done so already, we talk about this in our CTAs mostly throughout the show. But if you guys haven't done so, Buckler's Bootcamp's been really, really interesting. If you guys scan the QR code, I know it just passed a little bit earlier, but again, there's a lot to talk about as we get into these games. Obviously, we talked about this one. We set it up. Zangief versus Chun-Li. Here we go. Game number 1. These are 2 out of 3 territory, by the way, in top 16. So this could go pretty quickly.
Okay. Already trying to find some great spacing with that Stamina. And this is exactly what I was talking about. I love the spacing right now. Already has that corner advantage. Tried to use the armor to get a free hit. Not going to work out.
Get off me!
I like that. Get off me!
Damn, he stole your line.
Yo. Yo, the delivery on that bad boy.
It's so good.
Nice jump in. Great check with the crouch jab. SBK. Oh, there it is.
How often have we seen that type of thing where we use armor to anti-air as well? Marisa has a very similar kind of strategy with Gladius, but Zangief, he gets it off of his heavy punch, which is pretty neat.
Yeah, he has a lot. I feel like the range is really just beneficial for him having it, especially like trying to control the neutral versus a character like Chun-Li, but that's a big boy. Burnout is there. What do you got? Willie, what do you got? Oh,
Can't care about just yet, especially with both in Burnout.
Okay, lots of chip damage. Can you punish her with the pushback? Yes, I can. Go straight in the legs. Will Barton.
Yeah, nice and easy control from Will. Initially just trying to check out the spacing that Sequ wanted to play at, then started to utilize the fireballs just like that as well, and not overcommitting to any sort of offense up until this point. Now he's being a little bit more aggressive with his meter. That low forward into the DRC.
Oh, big jump in. Into the reset. OD, look at the damage up there.
33%, baby.
And now you got to think about it. I'm terrified right now.
Ooh. Man, that's so sneaky. I love it when Zangief players check the walk back off of the sweep like that, because then it instills the fear in them sometimes.
Nice air legs, knockdown, dash up, dash, rush up, DDT, and the side switch on top of that.
I love the sell on that too. It's so good. Oh, finish it! Yo. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The counter hit on that allows you to get the lick. It is so cool to see that confirmed from Sequ. And that's a huge comeback, by the way.
Sequ has been doing such a job of ranging out exactly where some of these normals are going to hit for Chun-Li, especially like that crouching medium. But now the offense coming back into the game. Will Barton, we talked about this is what really got him into the game to begin with. But now, Sequ on the ropes. Oh, yo, that was dirty.
That was actually messed up.
Oh, yo, it's too early.
Will, the thrill. That's crazy, man.
Yo, Willie B. Yo, Willie B, chill. Yo, Willie B, chill. You know how early it is over here? You can't be hitting us with those, man. I don't need to raise my voice. I'm still doing the Yale whisper. Come on now.
Yeah. We're starting to wake up right now. It's just like,
oh, yo, Willie B. Oh, hold on. I love the dash rush usage, stopping early this time around. And we haven't seen many lariat combos to get the knockdown, and I really want to see more of that. I feel like this would really let him set up his game.
I just want to see some bigger openings right now from Sequ, but to be honest, I think it's just an attribute to testament to Chun-Li, but
yo, dash rush, the fear, DI.
Punish counter too.
But still, Geef is a big boy.
He's got the most health in the game, 11K.
Oh, tries to use the armor DI to the wall. What do you got? 2 bars. Yeah.
Stand it.
And wait a minute.
Not gonna die.
Ooh.
Oh, but that's guess for game scenario.
Instant overhit. Instant.
I don't even know, like, if you happen to block that, I think Sequ would still be stuck in the corner, no? Like, there's no way to like, actually get a real punish on that. Not too sure.
And on top of that, like, once again, I want to see some lariat knockdown situations.
That'd be cool. I mean, like, any sort of combo to get into a knockdown situation for Zangief would be refreshing, right? But the fact of the matter is, it's a testament to how well Will has been playing with the ground game.
No, that's definitely true. And constantly going for these resets.
We knew it.
Going for resets in some of these situations, it's only going to get you so far, right? Like, you really got to start adding in the mix-up of not getting the knockdown, but you don't need a mix-up for this. Oh, get up. Get up. Ah, get planted. Get planted. We can use another cherry blossom tree out here.
Yeah, Genbu's not going to be mad at that. Oh. Here at the Genbu Temple. We're rearranging some of the trees. The fireballs are so difficult to traverse against, I feel like, you know.
And especially for Geef, like just for Geef as well.
Specifically for Geef, yes.
You're just walking into it. You see him using a lot of that armor in these situations, and it doesn't seem like the best issue. Wow, the air approach working out for Will Barton. There's plenty of meter, but he dropped the combo.
Oh,
you better make it hurt.
Oh! Forced dynamite.
Dynamite.
Will Barton is dropping the rest of the combo, and also down in meter. Yo, Sequele could make a tie, come back into a tie game scenario.
Nah, definitely true. I like the pace, slowing down quite a bit. That offense is something Will Barton has definitely been like laying on thick, but still not able to keep anything confident when it comes to controlling versus Geef right now. Ooh, great spacing on the stand heavy punch. That fierce. This is still winnable. Still winnable.
And we haven't really used Sequele or seen Sequele use the parry against the fireballs.
We have not.
The drive rush.
Okay,
We
gets
got
the knockdown.
But what happens afterwards? It's too far to really chase down.
But he did get this corner situation, right?
Close to it, yeah, but I think Chun-Li, like the space she's at, is going to be, I just think she's going to be so away from the corner, not even really that pressured. Not going to be too bad for her.
I like this option of just walking in. Okay, air to air.
Rough.
Level 3 is coming up. Level 3 is coming up. And you're in CA territory. Okay, back throw.
It only angers the bear.
You don't want to poke the bear. The bear might poke back.
Now it's like, see the
Oh, you're
no
a little
way.
too far. You're a little too far. Yeah. I like the patience, though. Will Barton is taking it 2-0 over Sequele.
And it could have gone either way, right? Which is the amount of meter or, the right call-outs to Sequele, showing that Zangief. We're still going to see that Zangief on the loser side, but a really, really solid showing overall. That Zangief, again, I feel like him utilizing the parry was a little bit too late. He started to use that going forward against some of the fireballs, as we saw. But for the most part, it's been a very sturdy kind of game from Will Barton to be even trying to, maneuver around. So that's kind of difficult. I get it from Sequele. I get his struggle, but I would love to see maybe the parries thrown in a little bit more, especially from certain instances like jump-ins or safe jumps also as well. Because I feel like Zangief benefits a lot off of plus frame scenarios. Like it's his turn to force the opponent to guess, right? So I think any grappler really has a good time in those scenarios, right? I think with the utilization of perfect parry against some of these safe jumps, you'll have those opportunities to really instill fear in your opponent.
No, you could tell exactly. Will Barton was like, you know what? I know that movement is really going to be a problem for you. And even with that big drop there towards the end, went for something a little flashy. Definitely could have made it a little simpler and had to go for the big guess towards the end because at this point, Will really wasn't giving him any ground. He was like, you know what? I'm gonna space this fireball between us. I'm going to make sure you have to walk it down. And it was really just hard for him to get positioning to go for some of these resets. I understand why he was going for the resets because obviously once she gets out of that range, getting back in on Chun-Li with Geef, it's not going to be a good time whatsoever.
No.
So going for some of those resets, cashing out some of that bigger damage, and keeping the positioning in your favor is something that you look for. Will just had the upper hand that time around, but Sequele's still in.
Yeah, no doubt. Our first candidate in top 8 for South Africa, Will Barton. We're going to be moving on. Ren versus Mark the Shark.
Mark the Shark coming up.
So Ren, obviously, we've seen in the CPT a bunch of times over in Street Fighter V, also known as Renowned Gamer. He's going to be playing off as the Luke this time around against Mark the Shark, who has a Ken underneath his belt as well. Taking a look at their stats, Ren actually got top 3 in the first couple of World Warriors and placed 25 in the most recent one on the 7th. Mark the Shark, on the other hand, he got 4th at World Warrior, but also 7th twice over before that, so a lot of consistency between the two. Obviously, these guys are the top dogs. They're in the winner's side, but just to give you a little breakdown, these guys have been playing against each other for a while now, these last couple of months. So,
and Mark the Shark, I think he got what? Top top something at Red Bull Kumite. I think he's at his first time, and that was his first tournament.
Right.
So that's a really good showing. But here he is. Mark the Shark says, the only person who can beat me is me. You know what? I like that. I actually like that attitude because it's true, man. If you can put your best foot forward, I mean, you can't really be upset with the results. You know how it's going to turn out. But if you playing your best and everything works out in your favor, even better. I like that attitude. Mark the Shark. The 9200 model really showing up.
That's crazy. He looks nothing like a shark, in my opinion. I think he's lying. I think he's a human.
I don't know, man. He's got the shark mentality, though. He can
That's
smell
true.
blood in the water.
That's true.
Mark the Shark.
I wouldn't suggest trying to smell anything in the water as a human.
Oh,
that fills up your lung capacity real quick.
See, puny human logic. See, Mark the Shark knows how to swim. My man Mark the Shark knows how to swim.
You silly human.
You silly human. Do you understand how I work? Either way, I can't wait till we get into the next game. Mark the Shark, I do like that attitude going forward.
Yeah, of course.
But Ren and the Luke, I mean, I feel like Luke is one of these characters first out of the gate when it comes to, knowing how to control at a higher level, cash out for big damage, and really kind of, I feel like a beginner's guide to a lot of matchups in this game when it comes to Street Fighter 6, because I feel like that's everybody's one of their go-to just because of the weapons. He's like an advanced Shoto. I know we like to call him a Shoto. I call him an advanced Shoto because he has a faster fireball. You know what I'm saying? I feel like his ground control is a little better.
He has a little bit of an intricate design too. He has a little mini game in his flash knuckles to actually net out damage where it's, you have to actually practice. You actually have to time it out. So I would say like Shoto 2.0. I think there's a little bit of an extra challenge there. But with Ken, I feel like it's not going to be as challenging.
Yeah, the cash out king,
honest.
man. I mean, he's poor in the story, but he's rich in the gameplay. I can tell you that right now.
Damn. That's what makes him stronger?
That's what makes him stronger, bro. The poorer you are in the story, bro, it makes you stronger either physically or gameplay-wise, man.
That's bars. That's actually real life, man. That's called being hungry is what that is.
I mean, you got to fight like your life depending on it. Ryu, for the longest time, his physical strength was high because he didn't know where the next meal was coming from, bro. He might be eating a ham sandwich for the rest of his life. That's the life that Ryu lives as a karate man.
It's so weird. Like, we've had this conversation before, like off stream too. I feel like, Ryu, he's got to have some money somewhere, right? Somebody is like siphoning some of his money, or at least putting it on the side. How many tournaments has Ryu won in his lifetime? You know what I'm saying? Like, there had to be some sort of prize pool for it.
I got questions about Ryu's investments. Like, my man couldn't even invest in shoes. He's got to be saving. What if he's like...
He has shoes this time around. So, like, he had to have pulled from like some sort of like offshore bank account.
But now he ain't even got a sleeve. How did he get shoes and lose a sleeve? Like, that's crazy.
He stole other people's clothing, too. If you notice that. He's got a new, like, sash. And you know who he stole it from? I think he stole it from Oro. It's like, bro, he only had, like, a turtle. Like,
I mean, knowing Oro, he probably gave it away, man. Yeah. Knowing Oro, he's like, you know what, man? I don't need any of these physical items, bro. All I need is my turtle and my one arm. That's it.
Probably. And my one arm.
And my one arm, bro. The other arm,
so now he's not walking with any, like, the sash thing anymore? Oh,
he's just out here, bro.
It's just turtle, huh?
Just turtle, man. Just turtle. All turtle, bro. My man Oro, all turtle out here in the lore. Keep track of it. But no. I honestly do want to see it.
It's so funny. It's actually so cool.
It was really cool.
Street Fighter V Oro's design was actually the coolest thing. And watching players play him and like figure him out was really, really cool. Obviously, we digress. We're still looking for the matchup between Ren and Marcus Shark. Yes. We're still trying to set that up. We obviously got the player quotes as well. But I think it's a very valid discussion, man. Like, Ken, lore-wise, like, what really powered him up? It had to be from, like, all of the trials and tribulations he's being put through. I don't know if y'all ever read the Third Strike comics. Oh, my God.
No, I haven't, actually. You hit me with the lore. Now you got me hype about it.
So Ken actually fought off against Gil the first time. Gil opted not to kill him because he felt like that wasn't his best. That wasn't his max potential Ken. Because Ken was, like, off of, like, winning, like, mixed martial arts tournaments. He was just like, he was like winning some like martial arts tournaments, and he was just chilling or whatever. He's like, I'm the strongest in the world. I could take you on, bad guy. And Gil was like, I could see it in you that you're not ready for this. I beat the dog out of you that you're just not ready for it. It's like you're fighting like you haven't fought like you have nothing to lose.
You don't want the smoke, young master.
No, that's exactly what it was. The Third Strike beat up screen, you saw that in one of the panels.
Oh, yeah, it's actually
just
crazy.
Not ready. And then you know who Ken actually fought off against? I think he had to fight.
Was it Alex?
He fought somebody to like reinvigorate himself and force him to think about his family, like what he's really fighting for. And then you see the flashback of like Mel, Eliza, and he's just like, yeah, I got this Shippuden right, and like he does it. That's where he gets to like figure out how to use like Shippuden right in the lore too. But there's so many really cool things in the entire comic. You have like Dudley face off against Hugo also, which is a real thing in the comics. I'm like, dude, this is actually kind of nuts the way it's drawn out.
You need to find a way for me to read these comics.
Dude,
I'm actually upset that I don't know.
I used to read these at Barnes and Noble after school like all the time. It's just like I would wait for people to show up at the arcade, so I would just wait at Barnes and Noble and like read some of this to prep me to play like 3S at like the Burbank arcade.
Somebody, look, hit me with the links where I can find these Street Fighter 3 comics, bro. Don't let Jeremy be the only person that has this lore. I love stuff like
sick.
this.
It's so cool.
Especially for Third Strike, one of my favorite entries in the series. No lie.
Yeah. Hopefully we get some news also from production as to how we're going to get these two players up, because Ren again with a Luke play, Mark the Shark versus Ken. I feel like there's a lot to really talk about in regards to how dominant these characters have been throughout the entirety of the world, really.
No.
Oh, well, okay, we're going to see it instead of talk about it.
All right, here we go. Yeah, no, in all honesty, Ken definitely has one of those things where a lot of people are like, man, my man his gameplay is just auto-neutral, right? And he definitely has those tools. Staying heavy punch is one of the most dangerous weapons in this game, bro. It does the do-all tool in the air, on the ground.
Even off screen.
Right.
This is the kind of space.
Ooh. Okay,
Can't
Ren.
go back and forth against Ken, but it's so dangerous, right? Both have very, very solid mediums that can convert to big damage. Mark the Shark actually had that opportunity, but low forwards in this game, I feel like, are very difficult to confirm if you're not ready for it.
One of the differences here is between these two characters is crouching strong from Luke, right? Definitely something you need to be wary of, regardless of the range. And you have noticed that Mark the Shark's been dashing in quite a bit, so you got to be careful. Nice stand line right there. Had the counter hit, no dash rush cancel. You do have that opportunity. There it is. The weapon. Crouching strong.
That's the first conversion we see thus far. Mark the Shark at a very hefty price, though, at Burnout.
Yep.
And doesn't get any Oki because being a bit screen, even with that side switch, not only too much, and now in Burnout is going to be very difficult. Yeah, Ren actually allowing himself to even, like, leave a gap. I think.
Ooh! Goes for the reset, gets back to the drive bar. Hold on. Mark the Shark. Back throw.
He tried to bait out the throw.
Jeremy.
I know. The good old.
I can't believe it.
You tried to bait him? You tried to bait the thugger, but you got the rest of the thugger? That's crazy.
I'm saying though. Oh, forward throw. Wait a minute, Mark the Shark. Offense looking great. Nice interrupt. Tries to follow up with the crouch roll. Stagger not going to work out. Knockdown with the roundhouse. Jinrai follow up and the dash rush behind the fireball. Yo, Mark the Shark. DI not going to stop me. Perfect. Ooh, in the level 3. I'll see you after I get off of work, though.
Is that what that is? I didn't even notice his gloves were green.
You good?
Oh, that's too far.
Pressure. The pressure. Hands off me. Oh, DI. Cool. Yeah, you tried the move. You thought about it.
Now, we haven't seen any giant conversions that lead into corner pressure just yet. But right as I say it, Mark the Shark does find a very important opening. Low forward into DRC. And forward throw.
Dash up with the light. The crouch strong on my own. But drops the roundhouse follow-up to Jinrai. I'm telling you, it's the plague of Ken, bro.
You gotta do it, right? You gotta do it, right?
Yeah, you spin that. You need that back. Mark the Shark spinning it all.
Also leaving yourself at a pretty close winning moment, right? With not too much life on the side of Ren, what is he gonna do? He does have almost a decent amount of drive gauge to get going. Oh, that's one.
Okay. Dash up.
The jump back! And that's so smart. So Ren, the last time he actually tried to get Flash Knuckle in a block string, obviously he let it rip mad early to maybe catch like a normal perhaps, but now he's like, all right, well, I have to keep him plus, I have to keep him grounded. That was a really smart jump back, from Mark the Shark. I didn't even know Sharks could jump that high. But yeah, I think that was really, really
smart.
Shark
doesn't only swim. It can fly.
That's crazy. Sharknado?
Sharknado? I wouldn't wish that evil on any world, actually.
Shippuden Sharknado! That's crazy. That's crazy.
Actually, shut up.
Shippuden Sharknado!
Yo. sharks come out of the kicks too.
Dude, that'd be sick. That would actually be sick. We have to have someone like that in the game. Who's just like attuned to like aquariums all over the world. Their spirit animal is a shark.
Oh no.
What do you mean? I don't know. That'd be awesome.
That'll be a new one on my book. Yo, Luke, not new to the damage though.
Not one. Not one bit. He said the damage is 5. Hold. Attempted to parry, but the follow-up from Ren a little bit too far out, obviously, that round. The median pick. Oh, that just hit wrong.
Yeah, OD Fireball catches him early. Target combo knockdown. DI didn't see it coming. Not a full combo, but still. OD flash. Beast mode activated.
Don't get thrown. He thought the same thing. Ren. That was actually
that camera,
very clever.
this camera. That camera.
Boom!
Yeah.
Divorce!
What, really, dude? Every time?
It's the lore. It's actually in the lore. I didn't make that up.
I don't think Luke's a nice guy. He would not
voice
say
actor
that.
had said it, so it must be lore.
All right, okay. That's what we're doing. Alex, I can't believe you. All right, here we go.
I saw the whole thing.
You saw it with your own eyes? You caught him in 4K? Send me the footage. Oh, speaking of the footage, the low forward.
That was hella meaty. That was so meaty.
Strong. I wanted the meaty
He's
jump.
got safe
Heavy.
jumps.
Hold up. Hold up.
Out of there.
Oh, back
I love
throw.
that. Sneaking in the dash for the back throw. Now in full control.
Oh,
you are so
DI.
sneaky. How
Big
many
stun.
resets?
Big stun. Hold up. Hold that.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
That's so great.
I like that. That's my drive rush line. Yo, let's get it.
I think one touch will kill either player, or at least if you're Ren. You think so?
Yeah.
Because they could build level 2 off of it.
I don't think Ken's going to be able to kill with level 2.
You might be right. You might be right with the amount of life. And also little on drive gauge now.
Oh, wow, he had the counter hit, but he did believe. OD flash knuckle. Dead tough.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage,
They
man.
still gave you the slow-mo.
Thank God.
Right.
Everything that Luke does seems pretty explosive.
Yeah. Low forward. Toss him to the corner.
Overhead was meaty.
No, okay.
Safe jump,
all right.
safe jump.
Not going to take the
Man,
damage. Okay.
Ren is so sneaky with these dashes, but not as sneaky as the shark.
Oh, that was a cheeky reset attempt. Okay. Oh, I like that. Make him hold the standing heavy punch.
Oh, he was just, damn.
Right?
I'm about to get whiff punished.
Damn. Dunk. Do it again.
I thought the same thing.
Get the parry DI.
That was it. Ren. Oh, that's actually so quick for him to do it.
He had the level 3.
Don't drop it. Don't drop that beast mode, baby.
Look how he pulls his arm back like it's stuck. Let me
It's
get
like,
that
it's
back.
like,
This camera, that camera, this camera.
boom.
Yeah.
Dibble.
Stop.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Ren taking it down against Mark the Shark 2-1 in a very impressive bout, I will say. There was a lot of adaptation between the two, a little bit slow to start in the initial parts of the game. Now, I was actually kind of curious as we see like into the replays. I was gonna see who's gonna be a nut first when it comes to like throwing out mediums into drive rush cancels. Obviously, in the beginning of the rounds, they were kind of throwing it just to see if they could find some gaps and like open up the opponent. But later on, you started to see it a little bit sharpened up. We're starting to see it off of a confirmed, like actual hits. So it was really, really nice back and forth thus far.
That jump back out of the flash knuckle was so good.
Yeah, that was a really excellent read.
Mark the Shark really started to take it up here.
Yeah.
Actually, Ren, excuse me, with the Luke. He was really trying to make a comeback, but this is when Mark the Shark kind of tightened up, started looking a lot more exclusively for the low forwards. The conversions, on the other hand, for Ren, the reset into DI multiple times working out. And still, you know.
I think it's really smart, too. When you notice your opponents in burnout you get like a light combo. It's like, you know what? Screw the scaling. I'm going to just throw out a normal where he's not going to be ready for it. But I had to look. I actually forgot to look at Mark the Shark's meter. In that instance, I don't know if there was going to be a moment where he was able to like thread the needle and go for like a super in between, right?
Yeah.
But that's something to really keep in mind of. I don't know if that tactic is going to be valid further on into the tournament, but taking a look, right, Ren make it into top 8. He has to face off against someone like Will Bartness, who showed a lot of stability with his gameplay. So we'll see how that shows out in the top 8 tomorrow. Going into the next one, Jobby M versus Mintz. That's what I'm talking about. Jobby M has been one of the biggest prospects in South Africa, being the Capcom Cup qualifier back in February in the last year of Street Fighter V. Since then, man, I can't believe he's third. I can't believe it. I really don't. But,
look, man. I'm going to tell you right now, Jobby M going to the DJ these days? Oh.
Yeah, man.
Yo, okay. Look, first off, that's not a bad trade over. I feel like a lot of the things that he did in 5, just looking at, some of the matches I've seen him in 5, was some of his conversions, right? I think this is perfect for a player like him. Conversion-wise, DJ does have that ability. We've seen a lot of people be able to do it. Jobby M is one of those players. If he ain't doing it right now, he'll definitely be doing it eventually.
No doubt.
Now, Mintz, on the other hand, definitely one of these players that has taken on a lot of the people that we've seen in this top 16, especially considering like how Get Washed just worked out, which is an amazing name for an event.
I love that.
As well as like Cape Town Showdown. It really has shown a light on like this area a lot more. So I've been able to keep track a little bit more of some of the stories, especially after Red Bull Kumite, which actually was probably kind of like the starting point, and then it kind of like blossomed from there. But so many players, amazing players, good players from this region that really get a light shown on them because of events like this. And now I feel like we get more of the story. Like now the story is being written for some of these players, especially considering they do have times where they have ran across each other fairly recently. So
yeah, and then fairly recently you talked about it. Cape Town Showdown is where they might have met up. I didn't get to see the actual bracket of it all, but I did happen to see Jobby M take down first place at that event. Mintz also being a part of that. Mintz got top 8. He got 5th at Cape Town Showdown, excuse me. But overall, Jobby M, we talked about how great or at least how consistent he's been and how great he's been playing. He got 2nd at Get Washed in September. I didn't get to see him participate in the October one, if I'm not mistaken. But overall, getting 1st at Cape Town Showdown, then 2nd at one of the World Warriors, pretty impressive. Mintz also has been participating pretty often in some of the World Warrior events, at least the most recent one.
Yeah.
He got just shy of top 8. He got 13th place. So that's pretty good progress overall, right? You're starting to see some really big consistencies with some of the cats in South Africa and starting to see these names more often than not. These, I feel like, if you haven't really paid attention to the scene, these top 16 cats are the ones that you will be seeing the most, I feel like, because all of them are actively participating in the World Warrior, and all of them are showing up big numbers, too, in terms of their results.
Yeah, I would say out of, like, all this, the top 16 so far, Mintz is probably the player that I know the least about, who I most recently found out about, so it does, I mean, it's a surprise to me. I mean, it's no surprise because it's Ken in there as well. The DJ switch up is one of those other things I really want to see how this plays out for Jobby M, how he's actually, going into playing the DJ, especially in a game like 6 where the neutral is crazy strong, and his neutral is not, he definitely has some great, like, normal buttons, but I feel like the drive rush neutral is something that I really think is going to come into play here, especially for Jobby M.
I think if I'm not mistaken, he was the one that eliminated Tokido from Red Bull Kumite.
Yes.
That was actually
That's the legend. That's
crazy.
So many people.
That was so sick to watch.
So many people literally, like, they found out about him that day, and then it's like his parents were in the crowd. Like, it was crazy. Like, his family was there. Like, you couldn't write, like, better stuff like that, especially when it comes to, like, once again, just putting, like, a spotlight on that place and, like, showing people that, like, these regions for Street Fighter, they're strong everywhere. I feel like there's not a spot that you can go to. I travel a lot, guys. So I know for a fact that, like, wherever there is, like, a person, there's somebody playing fighting games for you to, like, know, find out more about, and possibly, you never know, they might be tournament players, man. You never know.
Yeah, that's easily my favorite part about it. Like, I feel like the overall level of players in every scene has gotten a lot sharper over the years just because of the amount of information that's really put out there. Like, you're looking at how fast meta develops in a certain game, and it kind of goes without saying too, like, when you see that kind of meta develop really quickly, you start to see what the tournament winning characters are, which is why, like, the meta is the way it is. But at the same time, it's like, for the characters that haven't really gotten that spotlight as much, listen, man, those characters they have so much information on them. And it's also very, very easy to find it, that you could also kind of make your own strategies revolving around those types of tech that's being shown, right? You talked about Brian F. also kind of implementing different types of strategies for certain matchups or if they're playing a certain way. Like Rob TV was talking about the same exact thing. He's like, if a certain player is playing a certain way, I know that I have that covered in a different type of strategy too. Just having that kind of conversation and also doing the research online could really, really improve the level, which we're seeing. We really are seeing that throughout the world. We're seeing so many strong players. When we got to check out Gamers 8, I know you had a lot of time to play against some of the players there for other games as well. When I played them in Street Fighter 6, I'm like, yo, man, these guys are all like, these guys all can play. These guys all really hit pretty hard. So.
All right, hold on. Here we go. Jobby M going up against Mintz. No, you make a very good point, though. And you got to, I really do. I say blame it, but it's the best blame it on the infrastructure. I was talking about those normals. The infrastructure of Street Fighter 6, where they're coming, like, reviewing replays and just for, like, troublesome matchups. Or just, looking at some of your replays just to find out mistakes and stuff like that. Nice whiff punish with the crouch medium.
Yeah, this is definitely the character for Jobby M, right? If he whiff punishes into fat damage just like that, what does that look like to you? It feels like Karen.
Yeah.
It feels like Karen. Don't tell me this is the same like color scheme he picked for Karen. I actually don't remember what color he picked. But if it's like that, I know Karen has something like this. The pink, the blonde hair, I like it.
Okay. Shots follow behind that OD fireball. Got the hit, didn't believe in it though. I love the awareness. Perfect parries. Not afraid to step forward into danger. Nice anti-air reset.
My God.
Yo, Jobby M. And this is what I was talking about with these conversions.
He's moving.
Yo, the fake baby.
Fake baby.
Go forward. No spinning. Not yet. Okay, I like the setup. I like the attempt.
No!
You better make it hurt. Wait a minute.
He did it anyway. Jobby M, dog. He will do it.
Wow.
With the bus out. So, I think if Mintz had jumped forward, he would have evaded that, no?
I mean, I think so because it was the OD version. I felt like it was the normal version, probably not, but the OD version.
That's fair.
Right?
It hits like right, a lot of a sharper angle, like above DJ. So I guess that makes sense too. Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough call for Mintz.
Yeah, I mean, you stand in front. Yeah, you stand in front. Burnout's there, so you still could have got chipped. Oh, big jump in.
Oh
no!
Not like this. A little bit of a hiccup, Mintz.
Ooh, the interruption with the crouch strong. Not dead yet. Burnout's there. Forward throw. Jobby M.
That's really unfortunate for Mintz. Mintz had an opening too off of the big jump and fierce. But still, going for a light combo also was, I don't know, man. I feel like that could have been a little bit more.
I like the challenge right there. Knows that he's been dashing forward, didn't get the interrupt, finds the Dragon Lash, finishes the combo, uppercut at the tail end. No stand heavy punch this time, takes the throw. Looking for a reaction, doesn't get it. Jobby M holding his ground in the corner. But Mintz is searching, bro. My man is fishing right now, but he eats the forward throw for his troubles.
How many times has Jobby attacked the coach?
Conversion, level 3, right on deck. Not gonna kill, but this is gonna hurt. Full back massage.
And a burnout.
The imprint of the fist is on his body, though.
That's nuts. Whiff punish from Jobby.
Back throw, not dead, though.
Baby. It's gonna be tough for Mintz.
That
would have been sick if you could juggle in the CA from that.
He could have did it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Not like this.
No, the big reach, the big whiff, and then the throw. Jobby M Mintz has to start reaching at the tail end of the set there. Jobby M got set in his ways, had a pretty good read on what Mintz was trying to accomplish with the Ken, and just not gonna allow it to happen. And this is exactly what I was looking for from Jobby M. The fact that I'm like, man, he plays these conversion-heavy characters that really does get the opportunity to control the neutral a little better. Jobby M with a fireball like DJ's is not fair, especially when you don't have like expertise against it. His anti-airs was on point. Nice reset into the neutral jump to catch him. And on top of that, like I said, the conversion had happened afterwards.
It's so good.
Even went for the feint. Crouching strong on whip was one of the things we've seen a lot from him as well as in this matchup. I don't know, man, just class play like we typically see from Jobby M. Even though that didn't get the kill, early cash out on the level 3, and that kind of like set the pace. And he was so confident in this last read. Holds the parry, gets the throw, moves on to top 8. Jobby M On the winner's side, he joins Will Bartness and Ren in this top 8 for tomorrow. Natsuka. Naruto RSA coming up as our next match here for top 16 CPT South Africa. Thank you guys so much for joining us. It's been a dope time already. It is early, as you can tell. I still got a little sleep in my eye.
Yeah.
A little craggly on the voice.
My ears.
But my bad.
No, but it's totally cool because, we are waking up to some really convincing gameplay thus far, right? 2-0s almost all across the board. The only time we saw that was between Ren and Mark the Shark 2-1. But yeah, Jobby M now has a fireball, ladies and gentlemen. Watch out for him. On top of the big conversions that he gets off of some of these single hits, best believe he's going to do even more damage. But Mintz, he still has a shot into it on the loser's side. But again, going into it, this is South Africa. And if you guys haven't registered for your events, what are you guys waiting for? Guess what? The CPT is open for all with the registration. It's all currently underway with the regional CPT online events now available to sign up. Specifically, we have one going on for Europe Northeast that is currently available. That is North/East. Excuse me. But fact of the matter is, you can register now for it. If you guys haven't done so already, you guys want to participate and get a shot into Capcom Cup this year. Capcom Cup 10 for the grand prize of $1 million going into first place. That's actually kind of crazy. Over $2 million on the line in total. Well, there's not much more you could really ask for in regards to incentives. Head on over to CapcomProTour.com for more information on how to sign up and register now for your event. We've also taken a look at the scheduling. We talked about Singapore offline. We're going to have Sage M and Yipes there.
Right.
Everybody should pull up.
Everybody should pull up and watch on your respective Capcom channels, of course. It's actually going to be really cool to see.
Then, of course, that's going to be happening on October 20th through the 22nd, followed by Europe North/East on October 28th. Taking a little bit of a break in between to kind of, get ourselves acclimated, because immediately after that, November 3rd through the 5th, the France offline premiere. Oh, damn. That's going to be a lot. Offline premieres are back, baby. That's what I'm talking about. But for the most part, it's been really, really cool to see some of these communities gather together online. But for the most part, if you're trying to travel out to Singapore or France, get it ready, man, because that is going to be, those two I feel like are going to be really, really insane. On top of checking out what Europe Northeast has to offer as well.
No, it's going to be a lot of good players to sign up for these respective events. Obviously, like you said before, those offline premieres are actually one of the toughest things to win. 1, 2, that's where you're going to see some of the heavy hitters, because they come out in person to try to get points to actually try to qualify for CPT or just for Capcom Cup in general. So that's why I feel like obviously you're going to see a lot of people at this Singapore offline event. You're going to see a lot of people at this France offline event, and you still have that opportunity to sign up for Europe Northeast and see exactly what they have to offer. And I promise you it's not going to be any easier, but I do like the fact that we get to see a lot more online presence for some of these people that we're not really knowing about going into, Street Fighter 6. I feel like obviously we want more of these offline events. Everybody wants more offline premieres, but I love the fact that we have people that might not have the opportunity to travel as much. They will get, chances to make their way to Capcom Cup. So.
No doubt. As you guys get ourselves ready for the next half of our top 16, I do have an important question for Tasty Steve. How soon is too soon in regards to what time it is? How early enough can you get your Chipotle here at the studio?
I mean, look, you can get it really early, man. Chipotle has joined us hands-on with Capcom during the first year of Street Fighter 6. I'm sure you guys have seen it. Download the app and order some carne asada back on the grill for a limited time, mind you. I actually just had me one of these.
I literally had one last night.
I had me a burrito.
I've had it twice already.
Ever since Evo, I've been eating it a lot. I just saw that they had like the Battle Hub takeover the other day with Sage
I saw that with
and
JB
Justin and like
Justin, the whole
Kizzy
nine.
and all the boys that held it down. Lots of cool activations that have been happening. And once again, for those of us who want to get involved, firstly, you need to get involved with this carne asada because it's back in stock. I heard a lot of people was going crazy for it, as they should be. I definitely had me a full-blown meal. I got back to the house and instantly ordered me a burrito. That's not an exaggeration.
The Chipotle near my house closes at 11 p.m. I got there really late because of work or like doing a bunch of stuff, and I got the last scoop of carne asada, and I could tell the guy behind me, he was like, damn, I wanted that. And I actually said, I'm like, hey, can I just get like half that and like half steak? And they're like, yeah, it's fine. So I hooked him up with at least half of it.
Oh, you're a
But
nice guy, bro.
I didn't want to do that because the carne asada was actually mad good. The first time I tried it was actually this week, so I'm really hooked. Again, only here for a limited
Yeah, I'm
time.
about to say.
And don't show up towards closing time because you might not even get enough of a scoop. But who knows? It all varies at certain Chipotles. But either way, you already know what it is, ladies and gentlemen. The Capcom Pro Tour, we're going to be back with more of that South Africa competition. You don't want to go anywhere because if you miss it, well, we still have the VODs. But either way, it's been very explosive thus far. We highly encourage you guys to come back, get some fruits, get some snacks because you don't want to be too heavy a little bit too early if you're on the west side. But either way, we'll see you on the other side of this break. See you soon.
Chipotle's carne asada is back. It's our most tender cuts of steak, grilled and seasoned with cumin, oregano, and coriander. Finished with fresh lime and hand-chopped cilantro. Carne asada. This is our best steak ever.
Let's get this mission started.
is your Capcom He is your 2018 champion.
We got more Street Fighter League. I know you can smell the tension in the air.
We back in the field, back. We ready, it's time.
Ooh, punish counter.
Inside of the huddle, you know that I grind. A dangerous smile, a weapon of choice from pushing the line.
Season after season, it's only gotten better.
Big Bird in trouble.
My end game is number one. Bet it all, give me my cash. Supreme game, can't stop it. Take off like a rocket. Break it back, don't bend mine. I'm the one now, you can't hide.
What an upset. What an upset.
Fight with all your heart.
This is our moment.
Nobody saw this happening. I dare you to find me better Street Fighter.
It's time to rise. This is our moment. This is our time. The time is now. It's time to rise.
Unprecedented and unpredictable. It only gets better.
All or nothing! Straight to the door!
This is a different Chris CCH. I don't know who this young man is.
We ready whenever. The world is watching. The time is now. No other option. No other way. Play to win the way that we play.
My man looks so happy.
In front of the pack. Leading the way. It's time to reign.
Bird's momentum, his speed in general is so hard.
Into the bottom, ain't nothing to fear. We winning the game.
RD taking it down defensively and get the biggest sprint that we've seen thus far.
This is the hardest season of Street Fighter League ever.
Doing it for the time.
History in the making.
This is our moment. Yeah, this is our time.
This kid is ridiculous. This kid is ridiculous.
This is our moment. This is our time.
He gives a kiss to the audience. I love that.
With this night, full fight. Execute. You are your Street Fighter League US champion.
Objection!
So we want to make sure you guys know exactly what is going on with the Capcom esports circuit. Of course, you're already here checking out CPT online. We've seen so many bangers. We had the Snake Eyes ridiculous run for CPT West Coast. But oh my gosh, do I have something special to tell you guys. We already have filmed a few episodes of Street Fighter League US. And I ain't trying to say all too much.
No spoilers.
I ain't trying to spoil it for the people, Brian.
I ain't trying to find out until it's live. No spoilers.
It's crazy. Best season yet. You can clip it. It is what it is. Best season up to this point. Make sure you guys are pulling up to watch Street Fighter League US. What else we got for him, Brian?
We even have some offline CPT events coming up. We have the CPT Singapore event on October 20th. I was just glancing at the attendees. It is looking stacked.
Man.
I know we've been wanting some offline CPT action ever since EVO. This is going to be the second of 3 offline CPT qualifiers. After that, there will be the CPT France event as well for the offline qualifiers, which will be similarly super stacked, so be on the lookout for that as well. And of course, the CPT online event. Every region has been divvied up to have one CPT online qualifier. If you want to figure out where your CPT qualifier is, what region you're in, go to CapcomProTour.com. You can check the schedule there, find all the details, and make sure you sign up for your region, and you might find yourself in a position to qualify for Capcom Cup and compete for $2 million in prizing.
My man is speaking nothing but facts. And just as an extra shout out, I got to make sure I show some love to Jammers and them boys over there that's running sets. Of course, that's just some fire content. Already had the Rickman's Barnett match out there, and it was definitely fire. And last but not least, make sure you guys check out the World Warrior program. Free to enter. Find which event is going on near you and get involved in some CPT action.
Yeah, you might still be able to qualify. There's 5 events per region. Most regions have 2 or 3 remaining. Who knows? If you sign up now, win them all, you might find yourself in that position to be in the top 8 in the leaderboard to then qualify for the regional finals. And if you win that event, you're in the Capcom Cup. So get involved, find your region at CapcomProTour.com and sign up today.
South Africa CPT 2023. It's your boy Tasty Steve. Vicious holding it down on the mic. My first time doing one of these bad boys. I don't typically wake up this early to talk about video games, but I'm always watching. And it's always a pleasure to be on the mic with the boy, the bro, Vicious.
It's funny. I feel like you're lying when it comes to like not being up early enough because you sometimes just don't sleep. So
yeah, I was about to say.
You don't sleep and you're playing fighting games at the same time. I've definitely done that moment. Man, how many times over have we actually played fighting games from like 10 p.m. to like 9 a.m. in the morning? I'm like, oh snap, I got to drive back home. How many times has that happened, right?
Look, that's real life. When I tell you that, like, I know that I say I'm not typically up this early, that's because I'm typically not asleep by this time. And by this time, you guys should be signing up for the Pro Tour, capcom.usa/warrior23. Sign up today for these World Warrior events. If you would like to get involved, put your hands on some video games and possibly be one of the people playing at a Capcom Cup. Not near you, but somewhere in the world, no matter where it is, the Street Fighter is going to be ridiculous. But no, definitely not typically up this early because I haven't even went to sleep yet, so I'm not even on the next day yet. We're just playing video games till we have to go to sleep and then wake up and talk about video games. It's a great life.
That's the life. It really is.
It's a great life, guys. I'm just saying. And even me not being a morning person, it's always cool because I wake up and I see like Jake Ryan and I see James, I see you, I see Ultra David, I see you guys out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh man, the boys are holding it down, and I'm able to go to sleep in peace. You know, with the cool, dulcet sounds of the boy James Chin. You know.
No doubt. But we get into our top 16. We're going to hear plenty more of the in-game sounds as we progress through our bracket. We're still trying to figure out who's going to make it into the top 8 for tomorrow. We still have one more from the winner's side, right? It's going to be Natsuka going up against Naruto RSA. That's going to be explosive. What's really cool about this particular setup is that both of these cats have had really similar results lately. If you're taking a look at World Warrior back in this month on the 7th, Natsuka actually placed 9th. Naruto actually got 7th. Mm-hmm. But even prior to that, there was one point where they both hit 13th.
Okay.
And then Natsuka also still in similar runnings 17th, right? Naruto, he's got 13th back-to-back prior to the one on the 7th. So, again, very similar in results. Natsuka is not 43.
I was literally just about to say.
That is album cover Natsuka, by the way.
Chico the Barge album cover habit.
That's crazy.
Hey, I'm down, though.
He was
Look.
part of Jagged Edge. I told you, he was the 5th member.
He got the button open on it, bro. This has got to be like a web picture or
Let's
something.
get married. I'm telling you, that's the image I see.
The fact that the background is photoshopped out of there, I
Yeah,
bet
yeah,
you
yeah. He was
there's
at
a
a wedding.
beach. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
there's a palm tree right there. But no, for real. Natsuka 43, bro. You look amazing.
Ain't no way,
my God.
bro. Ain't
but
no
you're
way.
losing points because you're a Honda player. So I don't even know why you would do that to yourself.
Boom,
Naruto, RSA, 34 with the Ryu. I love to see me a good karate man out here doing damage, bro. He even dressed. This is like Ryu at the house. He just got the tank top on, like, yo,
That's
let's
an
get
upgrade from Ryu, I feel like.
The tank top, that
listen,
actually is.
Ryu's only worn a gi. No, he's only worn a gi since Street Fighter 1.
That's
right? I feel like
crazy.
anything else is an upgrade. So Naruto already stepping up the game. I like that. Also still representing the Ryu. Naruto's been around for a minute, too. We've seen him back and forth in the CBTs for Street Fighter 5 as well. It's good to see him back on the streets and keeping it basic, keeping it with the Ryu. I really want to see what he brings to the table. That's what a lot of cats want to see when it comes to Ryu coming back out for some of these events. And I'm really curious to see if he has what it takes to excel with this character.
Yeah, Ryu, I feel like in this game is still, I ain't gonna say underdeveloped, but definitely has a lot of tech to him at this point, right? And I still feel like he gives you that kind of jump scare like play that he does have from like 5, right? You got to respect the fireball a lot more. The Denjin power up is another thing that you really have to focus on, especially versus like a Honda, who has definitely been one of the online terrors. But we got a quote. Let's see what one of the winners potentially has to say. Yo, Naruto RSA says, should be a good matchup. My opponent is a wild man. I will do my best to tame him. You know what? He is a Honda player, bro. You got to hit him with the good old rope around the neck like you're getting a big cattle out here, bro. You got to keep him under control. Naruto RSA, I like the attitude going forward. But
you got the biceps too. Okay,
that's
I
not
see
gonna
you.
be easy, bro. Yo, my man's out here
game
mini
of the
flexing,
muscle.
mini
That's what I'm
flexing.
talking about.
Okay.
Hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, carne asada.
Back at Chipotle for a limited time only.
Can we get that now? Like, what time does the Chipotle open in Burbank? Can we
I
get?
don't
It's
know.
got to be like 9 a.m. right? They got to be serving something up. But again, we're gonna be serving a lot of premieres too. This is gonna be sick. October 20th through the 22nd. Singapore's coming up real soon.
Yes.
Man, it's already like the 4th quarter of the year. Can you believe that?
Look, I feel like, I've been playing so much Street Fighter 6. Like, I haven't even had time to be at home, but I've been playing so much.
As soon as the game released, it was a time warp. I'm
That's
like, wait,
what
it's
I'm
my
saying, bro.
Dude,
Like, that's actually what happened.
I actually legit forgot it was like my birthday this week. I'm like, wait, what? What happened?
Make sure
that was
y'all go and wish my bro a happy birthday, please.
Thanks.
Please.
Thank you
I
for
got
the big
something.
balloons.
I got you something, and it literally, they just sent me a thing letting me know that it was going to be on the way. So I didn't forget. It's definitely on the way. You remember that I said this, internets. As we get into the next match, Honda, Ryu, Natsuka.
Yo, the classic costumes on
Naruto
gold.
RSA.
This outfit is sick.
Yeah.
I love this color scheme on Ryu. And yo, even on the yellow and gold and blue from Honda.
Told you, those fireballs, though, you got to respect it. And you can't keep letting them get the danger power up.
Oh, that was sick. He actually clashed against what? The cortical back?
Oh, gets the jump in. Didn't believe, though. You're not getting through. He tried the double parry.
The double, that would have been sick.
I like that. You're not getting through. I love the little parry pop-offs, bro. You hit the slow-mo perfect parry, but the mouth still moves. Like, I told you I was going to get you.
Oh, I felt like Natsuka might have been charging too.
Oh,
the drive impact. We thought it was going to hit.
Neutral.
I like
winning
it.
with the uppercut. Not this time, though. Uh-oh, wait a minute. That sumo spirit, though. Watch the hands. There you go. Nah. Yo. Oh. Yo, that's how you know that was heavy, bro. My man came down to it. He's like, ugh. The weight.
Damn. I mean, like, this guy's carried out both. Damn, that was a late DP. No time to get the drive impact back. Put the hands on.
Oh, yo.
No.
I don't even know how that happened.
Too early.
Yo, donkey kick. Uppercut.
Oh!
What do you think this is? Blanca was back there upside down like, nah, bro.
Yeah. That's what he be doing back there.
Woo! You see them still talking? You see the mouth still moving? You're not getting through.
It's crazy because he freezes time.
Yeah, and his mouth is still moving in regular time.
So in real time, the speed is like, you're not getting through. It's like, it just
He's
speeds
fast
over.
forward. Yeah. Parry.
Still plus. Yeah, that's so dangerous too. We do have the hands. The sumo spirit installed from Natsuka. If he gets a big opening, it can lead to fat damage, but more importantly, the corner carry. I don't think there's a lot of instances where Naruto's been able to hold off on defense to allow
So weird.
Natsuka in.
Just hearing you saying that is by itself, that was really weird. I was like, what?
A little bit.
Oh, burned out. The Dingeon still there. Yo, the Headbutt Express. Oh, the Headbutt Express. Stay on the ground. Don't get scooped, bro. Chip damage is there. Level 3.
No!
Oh! Yo, you tried to hit him with the rough level 3.
No, you
My
zoomed
man
even closer.
All butt cheek.
That was just one butt cheek. That's the worst part. You tried to uppercut him, and you whiffed to the side and got a different type of whiff instead. That's crazy.
All right, here we go.
Ain't no way, man.
See, now I like him going back to this fireball. This is definitely the stronger side of it.
You're not getting through.
You're not getting through. Tatsu Oki's uppercut.
He was so cool, man.
Yo, nothing beats classic Karate Man in my book. The story is strong no matter what. He's like, look, bro, I just want to beat people up. You guys got all this plot armor. You're trying to save the world. I just want to beat people up.
I just want to win.
Right? Wow.
Did you see that trade? That was actually kind of crazy. Animation-wise, it was really interesting.
Jab to get the buffer parry.
Parry
solar plexus punch.
Damn!
And he was about to hit the classic look off into the wind pose. That's how you know you buff. When you can just summon wind from afar and it just blows your hair. You're like, yo, I'm trying to be that kind of hero.
There's no way the wind is reaching the bathing beach like that. There's no shot that's happening. It's too damn hot. I didn't even think he moved forward. Did you see that jump? I didn't see it. Oh!
Yo, you better chill.
Oh, early!
DI!
Gonna push it to the corner. Help me. Oh.
Jump back. Headbutt.
Oh, roundhouse. It's just coming out of the jump back. It's so sick.
Okay. Oh.
Sweep. Oh, that was a great block on the overhead.
Watch for the. You better. Okay. Yo, the donkey kick. Naruto RSA. Bringing it back.
Man, the grit on his face, too. When he does
the stubble?
It's just like.
Bro, you see his cheeks flex?
It's crazy.
It's so graphics, baby.
Maximum.
Right?
Graphics.
Maximum graphics. Let me get it all.
Dude, that traded? The headbutt actually traded with the OD fireball? Oh.
You're not getting through.
Damn, he's knocking on the door 3 times.
The DI?
3 doors down. Oof.
Yo, you rock with 3 doors down? Well, you know what? Let me stop.
Yes. That's the answer. That's the short answer.
I'm always trying to parry that now. Like, every time in my head, I'm like, I want a perfect parry.
Oh, there was time. There was time for the drive impact. You didn't do it.
Okay.
Damn,
I like
just
that.
give it to me. Give it to me.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
That's what it is. It's the dance of just give it to me. Give it to me. That's what I see in my head. When I play at home and I see a Honda do that by accident, I always say, give it to me. Give it to me. I don't know why. Ooh. Uppercut, you already know.
Yo, Naruto ready with the anti-airs, gets the throw.
Damn!
Stand fierce into Tatsu.
Ken, is that you? Stand fierce, drive rush forward. Is that you?
Look at the forearms on this dude. Ryu, though. Yo, jeez. They ain't even look. Very close to the wall right there on the DI. Fights back with a headbutt. Drive rush forward. Tries to clip the leg. Still gets the headbutt. Sumo spirit. Great anti-air coming from Naruto.
The headbutt prevails, man. Natsuka again!
Natsuka! Yo, shout out to my bro Yipes, bro. Yo, the neutral jumps. Keeping him out of harm's way. Crimson power up. You know he's got to try to get it again. Yep. And he tried to hit a butt slam possibly. Might just messed up.
I think so. Yeah, maybe. Oh, that's gonna be a big punish, right? No, not gonna kill. No, give it to me. Oh, and yeah, not gonna be enough life to hold you over for the rest of it. Drive impact, not gonna cut it. All tied up. Yo, this is actually mad close. It could be, it's match point for both players. Headbutt just catching Naruto off guard. Not gonna go for the throw instead. Crouching heavy punch. Shogeki gonna get the full extension as well. Drive rush forward. Very expensive thus far. Yo, is that gonna be too far? It is way too far for you to do that.
But now,
uppercut again.
Natsuka's got a chance. Neutral jump, not gonna have a chance if he keep playing like that. Gonna get the uppercut, not dead just yet. He's got a chance. I would have did the level 3, and you're thrown. I was already in my head. I'm like level 3.
Engage. But that's Naruto with very explosive damage towards the end. I feel like he just put it all together. He's like, I got this one shot, and I got to spend all this bar afterwards. Pretty expensive, but it dealt really, really good damage, which is kind of weird too because he already dropped like his level 3.
Yep.
Immediately, if anyone's has an opportunity and misses their level 3, like more often than not at this level, you're thinking to yourself like, damn, that really sucks. And it's really up to the person. It's really up to the person to recover from that. Naruto, I feel like he's like, you know what? I'm using this level 3 just to get it off of my screen. I don't even want it anymore. I'm going to hit this raw damage.
Yo, my man got caught on the way down. Lots of perfect parry, though, from Naruto. And I really like to see that, especially versus Honda. I feel like that really kind of diffuses a Honda. They're like, uh-oh, I can't only do headbutt. They've caught on to my gimmick. I need to switch it up. I mean, you don't stop doing the headbutt.
No, I was going to say, like, but it diffuses them for the time being.
Yeah, for the time being. You definitely never remove headbutt from your game plan. But even still, you start to see the conversions start to work together for Natsuka. Even just some of the positioning. But Naruto, I'm going to tell you right now, he was never really out of the game. Perfect parry once again. We saw that conversion right 2 times over. Neutral jump. Look at this combo right here.
He was so close to winning, but either way, managed to scoop it up. It's so interesting too. Like, it's even if you have an answer for headbutt, most of the Honda players will be like, "I see you've called my headbutt, but are you ready for headbutt?"
Right? Are you ready for light headbutt into nothing? What about OD butt slam? Naruto RSA Jobby M been set up for top 8 tomorrow, and that gives us our top 4.
Yeah. So again, we're still looking to see what happens on the loser side if we get a little bit of a switch up. There we go. Boom. Sins versus 7BD is going to be coming up next. And as you can see in the round 2, obviously we folded in just a little bit. Natsuka is going to be going up against the winner of these two that are preparing to fight out. Sins versus 7BD. Now to kind of talk about them a little bit, Sins is going to be the Luke player. 7BD is going to be a Jury/Blanca player. Very, very interesting. A little bit of their stats. Sins actually got 13th at Cape Town Showdown. 33rd at World Warrior. A lot of these cats actually have been finishing in that kind of rare, in that area, like 33rd. 7BD also one of them. He actually got 33rd at Cape Town Showdown, 49th at Get Washed over in August for the last competition for him. But 26 from both ends. Dang, okay.
Okay. My man
got the Hanzo Gonzo hat on. All right.
I was about to say, Sins looking all spiffy over there for the picture. I respect it. 7BD just rolled out of bed. Look at the hair. I appreciate it, though. I'm a messy hair guy. I love waking up and being like, you know what, we're not doing anything. We let it rock. That's perfect hair for playing the video games. Shut up.
No, I agree. Like, it's just like, why even bother trying
just
to
get up and hit
your
one
hair?
of these? You do it all the time?
I just do that every time, yeah. Sometimes I just don't want to even like wash my hair as often.
Wow.
Like, yeah, it's really detrimental to my scalp. That's just how it goes. Anyway, 7, he can't contain it any longer. Sins versus 7BD, Luke versus Jury. Let's talk about that possibility, right? Jury, obviously one of the better drive rushers in the game, can really close the gap pretty quickly. I think her fireball game can be a pretty big nuisance to a lot of the cast. I think Luke does have a pretty decent time against it, though. But we'll see how that plays out, right? It's a different type of fireball.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I mean, navigating around it is one thing, especially in the neutral. I feel like Luke doesn't have the hardest time because of Sandblast, right? Like, he's just going to stay out of that range, play the Sandblast, I'm going to dash in. Is he going to check a Fuha charge? Like, stuff like that. And I feel like that's one of the bigger things you have to worry about. In this matchup, I feel like Luke does a lot more to annoy Jury in the mission. And that is like one of the things that really helps out in this matchup. Here comes the back throw, 7BD though. Pressure after the drive rush. And that's what I was talking about. Like, just being able to check a lot of stuff with, you know, Flash Knuckle from a certain range.
Yeah. No, it makes sense.
Or Sandblast, excuse me.
Oh.
No check on the DI.
Sims wasn't ready. Not even going to go for the throw. It's just a back catch. Instead, finds a low exposure. 7BD, he's going to spend a level 1. Does he hold the full? He does for that extra damage. You saw it on the counter. Another one. Don't tell me that.
Dirty. Not
Yo,
dead.
you could do full again? Extra damage? Oh, jump medium punch.
Oh, wow.
Telling you, man.
Hey, are you a jury player?
Sometimes. I used to be.
You used to be. I remember. We had our 5 sets where you were running the jury.
Yeah,
this is another character you could definitely run this character.
Yeah, I played her in the beta early on. I loved her functional engine, just the way it works here, so it's really, really fun.
Overhead, confirm into combo. Let's go. Burnout. You're looking kind of dry. Expensive exchange there for 7BD. This is going to give Sins a chance. Perfect. Oh, was that a setup?
Give it to me, give it to me. It's what it was, yeah. Oh, no. Oh, no. It doesn't hurt any less because you're on sand in Memphis. Yo, you good? No.
I love that line. Dude, what do you mean? Okay. The engine does
I got
nothing
faked
with
out.
it.
I actually got hella faked out. That was really sneaky.
That was really sneaky. Back throw, that could have been a checkmate situation, especially with the fact that he just got the drive gauge back, but does not break the throw. Sins takes that second round in game 1. Okay.
All right, Sins, I see you.
A bit of a battle. Oh, the low forward drive rush combination. Jury getting away with it. Push to the corner once again. Jab rush. I said jab rush. Drive rush into jab just to try to bait something out.
I think you could call it that, technically.
A jab rush.
Yeah, you might as well. I mean, like, a lot of players do that nowadays.
Back throw.
Ugh. Oh, you see, he's baiting. He wants to control, right? He doesn't want to pursue just yet. Now he lands a knockdown. Here come the wheel of options on offense to throw. You could do it again if you wanted to, but you're going to sneak in the drive impact. I was just about to say, now is the perfect time to sneak in that drive impact. Beast mode, baby!
Not dead. Uh-oh, wait a minute. DI just got the meter back, tried to get a button out of him, but he didn't give it the EX dead toss.
No way.
Dead toss.
7BD with the conversion of a lifetime off of the OD dive kick. As soon as he got bar back, spent it all, almost all of it. That was crazy. Let's go. Macho wins.
Oh, wow. Lots of whipping. Perfect parry. Taking a little screen carry and a little damage. And I mean a little damage. Those perfect parry conversions. More for momentum than anything.
I love the fireball pressure too coming in from 7.
And now you're in burnout. And now you're looking busy. Let me get a charge. Big jump in. OD gets the finisher. Wow. Wait a minute. 7BD though.
Jesus. The damage is looking real slick from 7.
Oh, crouch strong. Drive rush. Perfect. Dash up.
Boy.
Tries to get something out of Jury. Didn't get it though. Uh-oh. Corners. Uh-oh. 7BD with his corner position gets one throw. Sends text the second. Another side switch.
That exposure to the lows, though. Sins is going to be hanging out. Up until this point, I spoke too soon. That is classic commentator's curse. Level 3 coming in. There's going to be a lot of damage. More importantly, 7BD is going to get some of that drive gauge a little bit back, getting himself out of burnout sooner. But this damage and the life lead going to be ever so important. 7BD on the offensive forward throw. He can do it again. Oh, he's looking for the frame trap. Oh, the critical part of the stage.
My man didn't swing on the neutral jump. You might be a better man than me. Interrupt, didn't believe. Oh, there's a chance. He's got the level 3. I think it might be time to go to work.
Too slow.
Oh, this is CA2. Oh, no, Jury, don't swing back. This makes him stronger.
Oh, get that head off of me. Don't OD. Oh!
Oh, I thought that was going to be the uppercut. Yo, 7BD.
Not like this. Not again.
Wow. And she's laughing as she took a picture, sent it to her friends, was like, look at this clown.
Where did that lollipop come from also?
Bro.
Someone from the crowd threw it. It's like, Jury, I love you.
I love you, Jury.
You're the best.
Oh, man. As you can see right here, 7BD actually did a great job at keeping this to the point where Sins really didn't get his game started. We saw a lot of times where he would try to like extend for the whiff punish, but it just didn't work out. 7BD and the jury just literally like to back up a lot of times. And then there were situations like this where I'm going to tell you right now, I couldn't tell if it was a setup. I could tell if it was a bait, but the cash out was so worth it to get you back in the game. A lot of burnout scenarios was another thing that I really noticed about this. But this is because, one, Jury is a very expensive character. And sometimes, you know, if you like to play that active game versus Jury, you're going to spend a lot getting in. Wow, that clutch OD dive
so
kick and conversion.
Sins,
and then the last hit of the super actually whiffed. And then right here, once again, gets this exchange right here with the full CA. Jury, no.
And then immediately afterwards, that was a good call from 7BD. He actually would have won that either way with the drive impact. But that was actually just bad place at the bad time. Sorry, right place. Right place, bad timing, I feel like.
Yeah.
With the fireball. It could have been an uppercut. It definitely could have been an uppercut. But at the same time, again, Sins just really, really unlucky. I'll give it that. Very unlucky when it comes to closing out the match. 7BD staying alive. He has to face off against Natsuka. But before we even get into that, obviously we have coming up Fire B versus Bionic. 2307.
Man, the numbers afterwards, bro. I need to know exactly what they mean. But Fire B coming up.
These guys are lying. These guys are lying about their age. I'm telling you, man.
Nah, man, I honestly think that, like, you know how it goes, man. They say we don't crack, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, at least that's a good statement. We get the don't raisin one. Like, come on, man.
Yo, Fire B with the Luke. Bionic with the Kim. One of the characters I feel like we definitely don't get to see as often. But once again, I feel like this is the perfect time that you actually get used to seeing like the Kims. Kim is one of those characters also slept on, I feel like, kind of up there on how full-blown slept on she is, because I know a lot of people felt like after they kind of downgraded her uppercut, her reversal options isn't the best. But still, with stuff like, you know, I think the standing medium kick conversion with this character is actually something that you really need to worry about. The spray can mix-ups is also something. You just have to push to the corner, and a lot of time you got to spin your drive gauge to make that happen. So I feel like just kind of managing that is tough. And we see quite a few Lukes, so we know how that kind of plays out. The thing is, he's going to be able to kind of contest that neutral range, that standing range, because of, once again, the fireball.
Exactly. And talking about the personal accolades, right? Firebee has actually done a phenomenal job of taking down one of the big names. We actually just got this info. Rob TV paying close attention. He says that Firebee took out Billy Date. Billy Date,
he did. Yes.
Who was one of the favorites going into the tournament. He took him out here at this event specifically. On top of that, Fire, he's been playing pretty well, right? He's managed to get top 32 at the World Warrior events this month. He's gotten 33rd in the previous one, so he's slowly starting to make his way up, right? Going from 33rd, 25th, all the way to top 16, taking out one of the big prospects. That's pretty impressive. On the other side, Bionic also looking to see some great results, right? He's already in the top 16, but he placed 9th at the most recent Get Washed World Warrior. Then prior to that, he got 7th and 5th, so he's been consistent all the way through. He's a top 8 contender at this point, and he's looking to do so again against Fire B.
Well, I actually want to see what Bionic has for a matchup like Luke, because this is definitely one of those matchups I talked about before, in the sense that, like, you need to know how to fight Luke at a high level if you wish to succeed. If you're not playing Luke, right? We talk about players like Mina and stuff all the time. Has multiple characters. One of those characters, Luke. So that should let you know where he fits in the overall grand scheme of the meta for Street Fighter 6 right now. Kim, like I said, you don't really get to see her too much. So it's really going to be interesting how he approaches this matchup. Fire B has a quote. Let's see what he has to say before he gets into this match.
Kim is hoppy and wild. Both are true. I have to keep my cool if I want to blaze my opponent. Okay, sticking to. All right. All right, we got the pun on the names. I see.
Okay. All right.
That's definitely of that age. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot.
Well, I mean, look, that is true. Kim is hoppy. That is definitely a true statement. So you really do have to keep your calm. You have to keep your cool about you if you actually want to be able to stop some of the pressure that she puts you under. Got to be ready with the parries, the whole nine, especially in some of these corner situations. Once again, we really don't get to see. This is a character I feel like that kind of has slipped under the radar just for being active and
it
seeing
feels that
some
way.
of these top
It feels that way. We've seen it at some of like the weekly events. I know YJK from like ICFCs over in the West has been doing a great job with this character. We've also seen seen some damage done by this character from Oniki in Japan as well.
Yeah.
Just like a handful of Kim players that are still trying to make their way through, but I feel like it's just not as consistent, right? A lot of players are really, really focused on what's currently developed in the meta.
Diaphone still playing her? Yeah. No? Am I tripping?
Diaphone plays everybody.
Yeah.
Like anytime a new character comes out, he puts out like a little mini guide to them. I think he's stuck on Aki right now, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Diaphone decided to hop back into Kimberly. James Chen plays Kimberly as well.
Yes. I've been seeing him going through some of the trials and tribulations of the character while he streams.
Mostly tribulations, I feel like. Yeah, I've heard it. Somebody's like, yeah, Jeremy, I heard you complaining about Kim the other day. I was like, that wasn't me, that was James. Guaranteed. Bionic coming in with the Kim, already off to a fantastic start too. Not going to get the most out of that target combo. I wonder why.
Okay. Drive rushing, neutral jumping. I do like that. That really does stop a few of the options, right? Whether it be the slide, the teleport in some instances, you really got to be careful. Back throw, punish counter with that.
That's a cool trade. I feel like that's even better for Bionic.
Cool uppercut. DI, not today.
I think that's the first time we've seen it countered today, like being in burnout. So good awareness from Bionic.
Oh,
out of there.
Bait it. You should be dead.
100% dead. 100,000%.
All right, Kim.
I love this song.
Yeah. You always talk about how you like this stage.
It's a really cool stage, man. Telling you.
Okay. All right. Oh, baited again. Hey, yo, he said she was a hoppy character. This is exactly what he's talking about. Oh, wow, that was really good. Got the reaction, didn't have an anti-air option there. And there's the hoppy.
Do you see Fire B? He actually went for the fireball. I think that was just, again, misplaced, mistime.
Oh, no. Oh, neutral jump again, yo. That
Judy
is not
hops,
cool.
is that you? That's crazy.
Yo, Bionic, not cool, dude.
You're hopping
not
again.
Cool.
Hippity hoppity. Here comes some hip hoppy. It's
Hey
tough, man.
guys, this is one of my favorite songs. It's called Hip Hopping. Hip Hopping with Kimberly. Oh God, another jump. Gets the slide, knockdown, dash.
There
up.
it is.
Okay. OD to stop the pressure. DI on the heavy punch flash knuckle hold that. And the side switch. Nice. Oh. Tries to get in, gets the counter hit, stays on the same side, not ready for the DI. That's a stun. She got a bar, dumped. Follow up. Yo,
he missed it last
missed the
time.
setup though. Interrupt and the neutral jump to avoid the bomb, the spray paint can. Aye.
Excuse me, that was actually cool. The AFK at the last second to avoid maybe the elbow. Uh-oh.
Yo, long distance bomb. You should have held the screen.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh, they are scrapping right
Fire
now.
actually can't do any drive impacts.
Oh, to jump in.
He's not allowed to.
Almost
Bionic,
worked.
you gotta throw it. You gotta set him straight. You gotta bait him.
Oh, I was about to say Fire B trying to fight his way back into the game. What a good round. Just wasn't able to close out. All those hits.
So deceptive. Really, really deceptive range too.
Drive rush.
There we go.
Gets the stand, medium kick, conversion this time around. Not this time, uppercut to fight back. OD uppercut, and you're a burnout.
You can't do
the
it.
level 3. What reactions, yo. Let me tell you right now, Bionic is really not letting Fire B get away with some of these situations where it be block stun or where it could be situations where they could actually go into burnout or get stunned on the wall.
And he's going to throw that drive gauge all the way back. It's going to be pretty tough for Fire B, really relying on the drive impact. Bionic took note of that the first time. Now he's going to make it hurt. Bionic eliminating Fire B.
Man.
You're fired.
Yo, Fire B. Yo, that was Fire B.
Oh, bars.
Bionic 2-0. Man, the Kim running ramp. I said this character has definitely gone under the radar. So if you're playing Street Fighter 6 at a competitive level now, there's no way that you don't know how to fight Luke, right? I feel like you're going to have a harder time finding Kimberly's to fight at a higher level,
That's fair.
especially like this, right? That knows how to keep the offense, reacted to DI so well, had the bars, had the situational awareness, actually used the hippie hoppy against Fire B. He even called it out, and the amount of times my man got away with just jumping, neutral jumping, cross up jump out of the corner has been crazy. So, and then of course the DI. So Bionic literally got a read on what needed to happen here, reset, into the DI again. Ugh.
Yeah, Bionic was pretty jump heavy in the first part of that set, right? Then afterwards, he kind of cooled it. He calmed it down with more of a grounded approach. And it was mostly Fire B that put himself in situations that caused him damage. A lot of the times, he was looking for some of these drive impacts in places where he should be a little bit more aware of, right? Bionic, as long as he has super meter, he will be churning out that super in your block string to make you, or to keep you honest with your usage of some of these moves that are not necessarily safe. So again, Bionic, not only was he able to change up the strategies, but also keep it consistent in terms of punishing the gaps. Fireby not able to adjust to that, but that's just how it goes, man. Sometimes you're not going to have that time in a top 16 scenario. Even in ranked, you only get like sometimes the one and done to not even adapt to a character like him. But that's just how it goes, man. But overall, it's been pretty exciting to see. A lot of these cats, again, they've been participating in the World Warrior events, which are currently available now, right?
No, the Capcom Pro Tour isn't the only way to qualify for Capcom Cup 10. World Warrior regional events are now available to sign up. 26 different regions, 26 regional champions, all competing for the grand prize of $1 million at Capcom Cup 10. Head on over to CapcomCupProTour.com for more information. There is a lot of people getting into Street Fighter, and it's not only because of that big prize pool, but it definitely does sweeten it. There's a lot of heavy hitters trying to get to it. You guys will be honored. It'd be an honor to see you guys get there, and it should be an honor for you guys to even fight up against some of those players because they are the best in the world. Can't wait for Capcom Cup this year. It is actually going to be ridiculous.
No doubt, no doubt. You know, we talked a little bit about things that go on in the realm of Street Fighter. I feel like with this one, it's a brand new ordeal coming into adding into the lore and also some of the mini games of Street Fighter 6. You want to break a sweat with us? These guys are intimidating. Be sure to register for the boot camp. If you log on via QR code, you can get the inside scoop of a lot of the information that comes with Street Fighter 6, right? You get some of the data. You could also research some of your friends that have been playing, check out their CFNs that way. But again, with Buckler's Bootcamp, it's a free game-linked, mobile-friendly website packed with all the features supporting your enjoyment of Street Fighter 6. You can check out that player data I just talked about, as well as all of your rivals with their friends, their club information, their ranking information, and more at the ease of your fingertips. You can also find other bits of character information, such as in-game events, rewards, and the updates as well. There's also something really, really cool that I enjoyed. There's a column where Street Fighter developers discuss the secret story behind the creation of the game. I think that tidbit is one of the coolest things that you could ask for. You could all check it out on Buckler's Bootcamp. Again, be sure to sign up and register for the bootcamp with the QR code and enjoy a fulfilling fighter life. I love that little tidbit towards the end because there's no way I could spin it. But yeah, man, it's been a really, really enjoyable time just playing Street Fighter 6 and checking out all the tidbits. There's a lot of passion that goes into this project, and I think it's one of the coolest things because they've been super transparent about everything and all the things that go into this game. So again, check out all the hard work that the devs have been putting in over at Buckler's Bootcamp.
Yeah, a lot of content coming from the Street Fighter 6 guys. I'm going to tell you right now, I actually was just at Tokyo Game Show, and I saw Nakayama on the stage with a bunch of other developers, and they were talking about the Street Fighter 6 gameplay and how it came to be. And one of the things was
so
like
cool,
they talked about how many pages it was, the first initial design doc, and like just how much time that Nakayama started in Capcom and then coming back and just going into this project with a lot of love. And like you said, the way how transparent they're being, as well as just the amount of content. I went into World Tour mode, literally starting just to get outfits. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start this, play just to get my outfits, and then I'm out of here. I played for 9 hours straight, bro. It was
addicting.
Crazy. It's so addicting. So I know they put a lot of love into it. And if you get the time, make sure you guys use some of that Buckler's Bootcamp tech to make sure you guys go in there, find out more info, cool content, and stats that goes along with your journey while you're playing Street Fighter 6. I'm telling you, man, it's a good time. It's a good time to be a Street Fighter fan.
Yeah, no doubt. But it's going to be even better times going into our top 8. We're still trying to figure that out here in our top 16 for South Africa. In fact, you do not want to miss what's coming afterwards. We're narrowing it down on the loser side. We're getting closer and closer to our top 8. When we come back, we'll continue with more of that Street Fighter 6 action. South Africa coming right after this.
You're really making all of this by hand.
Oh yeah. The avocados are hand mashed, the chips are hand tossed, and everything is made fresh.
You make it fresh every day.
Yes, every day. The Chipotle way is we make it fresh every day.
Sounds delicious.
Time to work, time to work. When inhaled, coriamyrtin blocks the gamma-aminobutyric acid receptors in the central nervous system, causing spasmodic muscle contractions.
Master, it's a work of art! It's perfect!
What to do with you now? So, shall we put him out of his misery? Time for some experimentation. I bet poison would work wonders on you. I wouldn't move if I were you. Poison's on the menu. I'm finished with you. I have you. It's over. My order's dead. Let's do now. Here, there, then here, and... My magnum opus! Is my poison kicking in?
Street Fighter 6.
I am here with the South African TO, my guy, Sigma G19 from Cape Town. Bro, so of course you do Get Washed, you do Cape Town Major. The first thing I gotta ask you about is Cape Town itself. I heard that that's like South Africa's Los Angeles, and everybody says people need to visit there. Is this true?
Yeah, so as a Cape Townian, I can say for sure that Cape Town is one of the most beautiful places that you could ever visit. Okay, there are so many different sights to see. We've had quite a few international players come and play in our tournaments over the years. And yeah, CT is definitely one that you do not want to miss.
We got to make another trip, Rob.
Got to, bro.
You got to bring me this time. We got to go.
All right, yeah, we sliding. We're going straight to Cape Town. We're going to hit up Sigma. Bro,
all right, for sure.
Sigma, how did you even get into being a tournament organizer? Like, were you a competitor first or what?
I grew up playing fighting games at the arcades, and it was really only by chance that I found out about, like, you know, the console FGC here in South Africa, right? This was around about like Super Street Fighter 4. Some of the people that were running these offline sessions and even Cape Town Showdown couldn't invest as much time, and so I assisted with that and eventually, you know, started running tournaments of my own, and here we are.
So I guess you were in the right place at the right time, or maybe the wrong place at the wrong time. I don't. It depends on how you look at it now. Do you miss being like more competitive focused, or has the TOing opportunities and the opportunities you've been able to give your fellow South African players, is that like more fulfilling to you now?
I definitely do miss being able to focus on just playing, you know. I'm a competitor at heart, so I love getting in the lab with a new game and then testing those things out in matches and just grinding it out in sets, which I still do when I have the opportunity to do so. But yeah, looking at all the opportunity that we have now we are part of the Capcom Pro Tour, and I think that is absolutely amazing stuff. I miss being a competitor, but I am very happy to be part of the process as a tournament organizer as well.
I was gonna say, you're doing big things, but I think like every competitor, even if you're semi-retired or otherwise, you still have that drive back. You know, great to send one of your players to Capcom Cup, but, you know, low key, I might have beat them free, you know, if you let me in that bracket, right? Like, there's always a little bit of that in every competitor, so I respect it.
You're definitely a cool dude, and it's dope that you are the TO of Get Washed, Cape Town Showdown, among other things, and of course a competitor at heart as well. Much love to you, bro. You're cool as hell.
It's even cooler that we even get the tournament organizers and their own spotlight. Rob TV, Brian F, always throwing it down. Welcome back to South Africa. As you just heard from that interview, Sigma throwing it down as a tournament organizer. Big ups to all the TOs that put in all the hard work, especially at every hour of the day. It's definitely not an easy task to even set up and organize some of these events, but also player wrangling is one of the hardest things to do. So I get it. I definitely get it. From a former TO myself and on a smaller scale, I totally understand where you're coming from. But again, big ups to every single tournament organizer out there. Is easily, not an easy job by far. And it's, you know, we don't get to give you your flowers as often, so allow us to do so as well. Big ups to everybody, especially Sigma, for that grand interview for the South Africa scene. Now, moving into it, speaking of, we have our top 16. We're still going through it. On the losers' side, we've only got 4 competitors thus far that have made it into the top 8, but looking at what's down below, it's still going to be jam-packed. We have Shinjiri going up against Acute Moon. Man, there's a lot to say about this cat right here. And then followed by that, it's going to be CHBK versus Sunny. A lot that has been going on thus far here in the round 1 of losers. We got, 2-0 throwdowns. Let's see if we can get a third between Shinjiri and Acute Moon. Shinjiri actually is going to be playing, I believe he's going to be playing the Kim or the Cammy. Acute Moon with the Marisa. Both, by the way. You see it? MC Acute Moon. I like that.
Yo, modern and classic. A young guy at that, 20 years old. Acute Moon has been one of the players that we've noticed who has been taking on a lot of the regulars in this region, whether it be online or offline. And of course, Shinjiri, one of those people that is obviously trying to stop him. But the Marisa is a character that I feel like is definitely on the scene of being like, yo, explosive. A lot of people have turned to this character, especially after what they've been seeing Big Bird do. So I'm not surprised. Having the modern and the classic pick for one character, I really wonder what kind of dictates that between the two. Of course, we have seen quite a few Kims more so than we would typically see, especially out of just, a high-level CPT Street Fighter 6 scenario. But Shinjiri holding it down, 37 years old. Man, these guys
Couldn't
don't
tell
look,
me that.
like, even
Not
the 20-year-old, I'm like, man, okay, I guess, But 37-year-old Shinjiri with the Kim, like I said, one of those characters we don't get to see as much, but pretty strong here in this region and present in this top 8.
Technically,
top 16,
you could almost say the same for like Marisa. I feel like not a lot of cats can really pilot the characters to see success. I mean, the only one person that we've seen like consistently, obviously we talk about him all the time, it's Big Bird.
Yeah.
But Acute Moon, let me tell you something, man. He's dropped down majority of the cats that are in winners now in other tournaments.
Yes.
Taking a look at it, Acute Moon actually got second. He lost to Will Bartness, who is currently our top 8 competitor into Sunday. He's taken him down before, but he also fell short to him second place over the most recent World Warrior. He actually got first at the one in September, beating Jobby M in that same area, and also 5th place at Cape Town Showdown. This guy has a lot of promise to him. He's faced down almost every competitor in this top 16. So with that in mind, I'm almost certain it's going to be pretty explosive, but it's also certain that we're going to have a player quote coming in from Shinjiri, if I'm not mistaken.
First time participating in a Capcom Premier event, so I'm rather nervous. Plus, I'm up against one of our World Warrior winners. Have to stay focused and give it my best, Shinjiri. Nice, wholesome quote right there to go into this next match. Look, man, I don't blame you because obviously the stakes are pretty large, especially in the top 16 like this. Like you said, a lot of these guys have history with each other, and they have come across each other in these other events. And he's up to date because he knows, hey, my man's a World Warrior winner, so I have to be on my P's and Q's if I really want to stop him.
It goes back to what we were saying earlier. A lot of these cats have fought off against each other in World Warrior, Shinjiri being one of those competitors, right? He's placed pretty consistently, and by that I mean he placed 33rd twice over at both World Warrior events that he was a part of. And even more so, like the most recent one, he got 17th, but over at Cape Town Showdown, he was just shy of top 8. So it goes to show you, like, he's also making that progression. A lot of these players pretty much following suit. It's really, really interesting to see the dynamic of, like, some of the players here and how they've progressed thus far. But more importantly, I think their development of their own playstyle against some of the players they've faced off against before. So I want to see what the history is going to be like going forward, specifically for South Africa, because again, these guys they're improving so fast. So fast.
That's another thing I want to give about Sigma. Like, he's showing like the stories of these guys now. Like, one of the strongest things that you can have in any region is like the rivalry buildup. Even if there isn't like a spoken rivalry, just seeing the lineup and how these guys have actually ran across each other before, how it plays out, and then the fact that it helps them get better no matter what, man. So another thing that Sigma is doing is giving you guys narrative for whatever region you're watching. That region is South Africa. We're going into our next match. Acute Moon, Shinjiri, Cammy versus Marisa. This is going to be a lot of dodging, I'm going to tell you right now.
Damn.
If Cammy gets started, it's going to be scary. But same thing goes for Marisa, right? And we're getting the classic Marisa at that.
That's only been the first one. Oh, no. Man, these fists coming in like dodgeballs. What's going on?
Yo, look at the drive bar. And look at that.
Oh,
Cammy, one of those expensive characters you cannot afford. You cannot afford to take a hit right here.
I mean, that's all she's taken thus far, especially in Burnout. You have to take all of this. You can't even jump out. Shinjiri, in a hard, between a rock and a hard place. That hard place happens to be Marisa's fist. Oh.
Nice. Takes the back heavy into the Gladius. Forward throw. Round number 1. Acute Moon.
So this is a matchup that I feel like you're pretty familiar with as well.
Oh, yes.
So yes. Shinjiri, obviously we talked about him having the Cammy, but the Kimberly, but it is the Cammy first. Didn't get to point that out just yet. Sit him down. Oh, not going for the safe, but instead the dash. Oh my God!
Tries to swing after that forward roundhouse. Holds the Gladius on charge up. Oh, tries to find a whip with the crouching strong. Cammy on the offense. And Burnout on top of that. Acute Moon is just doing such a great job.
Now you're just being obtuse.
The drive, rush, fierce punch right there to get the hit and the closeout. Great option, especially after a knockdown. You're already in the corner.
Man.
Lots of situations. And she was in Burnout, so like you can't even OD uppercut after that. Forward throw.
Cool. An opening. I love the conversion, yo. Acute Moon, I see you. Making the most out of those situations, especially with drive rush. That's going to be pretty expensive going forward.
I want to start seeing standing roundhouse be used for some of the normal whiff punishment, especially versus a character like Marisa. You have to commit pretty heavily.
Uppercut.
Burnout. Oh, no.
The intimidation factor. Got him shaking in the boots. Got to dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge if you want to survive against Marisa.
Oh, wow,
you stuck it in?
EX at the level? No. I said EX. Wow. Also already in burnout. Speaking of burnout, both of them. That's the button I want to see a little more in this matchup.
Oh, no.
Dive kick. Wow.
That was counter hit, too. It was a really awkward angle. I feel like Shinjiri would have been able to pursue a little bit more after that.
Yes.
It would have been his turn, right?
Okay. Crouch heavy. Forward strong. And not close enough to get the follow-up. If you get the counter hit, you definitely can go into a series, get the knockdown possibly.
Oh, that was counter hit, too. Almost a full conversion. Punish counter. Gladius. Back to back. Oh,
yeah.
That could have been so dangerous.
Back heavy series right there. Gets the
How
stun.
does he know?
Level 3, you're dead. You're dead.
Jesus, not even level 3. Hell
the
away.
level 2, you're done. Look how she raised her hand. Done. You're done.
By the neck, too. Do you see as she like lands? She like puts her
pinned you
entire
like a lion, bro. She pinned you like a lion, bro. 2-0.
That was 2?
Moon. Dang.
What?
Yo, I'm going to tell you right now, I wasn't expecting us to come back to the win screen. Shinjiri not going to be able to stop the Marisa. Acute Moon showing why he's one of the people that has taken out some of the heavy hitters, including Will Barnett. You got to pay attention to it. And it all started with the fact that you get knocked down here. And still, even in burnout, able to keep up the offense, dash, rush into the heavy. Started to get a couple of whiffs, right? And then started the offense, but all it takes is one. Marisa hits pretty heavy, and if she ever gets that momentum, it's so much more difficult to stop her. She gets a knockdown situations like this where she can force the mix-up in the corner, and you're stunned straight into the level 2. Didn't even need the 3. You didn't even want to see the animation. That's going to push you up to that top 8 spot, well, closer to that top 8 spot, I should say, as we getting set up. Acute Moon gonna take on Mark the Shark.
Oh, Moon versus Shark.
Yeah,
I hate that
Moon
battle.
versus Shark. One controls the water. One
lives
hunts
in it.
Right, I was about to say one lives and hunts there. Either way, CHBK coming up against Sunny to see who we're going to get to round out this top 8 placement. But, of course, we still got matches left before we get there. CHBK versus Sunny going to be the next one coming up. The Cammy
Look at the facial hair on this
Gal.
man.
Yo,
Jesus.
that beard is crazy.
The connections made, man. I'm a hair connoisseur. Listen, I am very much so experienced in that regard. But Sunny, that's actually insane. 37 years old, couldn't even tell. Actually couldn't even tell. CHBK also at 30. Listen, man, these cats actually have been very much so active in World Warrior as well. Yeah. Sunny is actually one of the top dogs, consistently placing within top 8, not even just in World Warrior, but also at Cape Town Showdown. He placed 4th with that guile. CHBK also very, very consistent. I put a very special note that he's got progressive improvement, right? He started things off at his first World Warrior, 25th, moved on to the next one with 17th. Then at the most recent performance at World Warrior, he got 5th place. So I'm loving the improvement from CHBK, and I'm also loving the consistency from Sunny. And I highly doubt you this is the first time they've ever faced off against each other. So we're going to see perhaps these two talented players really, really show off their stuff here.
So CHBK has actually taken out Naruto, RSA, as well as Shinji in tournament before. So that lets you know, once again, you're starting to see a lot of how these stories build up. I mean, same thing goes for Sunny. He was actually taking out who? He's beaten Mark the Shark before. He's beaten Mintz before in tournament. So these are things that you have to think about going into seeing them get to this spot, especially when it comes to trying to get into a Capcom final or Capcom Pro Tour event. It's not going to be easy. These guys have a lot of experience, so they will be taking those countermeasures into fact while they're playing at such a high level. And it's really cool to see on top of that, because once again, you guys get to learn the story. You get to see the adjustments that they make right along with us. And on top of that, man, that really does build the scene. There's really a great way to build the scene and see where these guys come from and see their road travel no matter how far they're making. DJ versus Cammy, CHBK versus Sunny. Let's go.
So instead of the guy, we're going to get Sunny with DJ. I see.
Conversion attempt.
What is this color scheme, by the way? This is cool.
Look, it reminds me of an old ST color, actually.
I probably. I actually don't recall. Baby.
And on top of that burnout, DJ, you're looking a little dry. Speaking of dry, Dizzy too.
An opening.
Oh,
BT!
That was so meaty. Oh, what are you swinging at?
CHBK. That was just foul.
And the classic Cammy outfit at that.
Damn. I was actually gonna bust it.
Okay. Trying to get something started. OD to get out of there. Baby.
Or real baby. Not your baby.
More meter spent. Cammy, an expensive character. I've been saying this the entire time. Nice. Makes it count. Didn't even need any meter. And I'm ready.
Baby.
Level 2. But they drop it. That is not good.
And that was after the second hit. You have to at least commit to the rest of it. If you drop the tunes, it's not going to be perfect input. At least get the damage. I pressed the button too. I also pressed the button too. CHBK, little shades of the Capri on that one for sure. Locked on.
I mean, you would have got chipped out anyway, so getting ready to kind of try and react to that because you were in a burnout. Not going to be the easiest. Like you said, very shades of the Capri with the fast fall or Street Fighter 4 knockdown.
That's the sister that stole her two things. Dash up. Heavy punch to the punish counter.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no!
Sneaky.
Oh, no! OD jackknife. Get off of me.
Wow. Wow. Yo, CHBK, you need to chill.
Chill,
you actually need to chill, bro. Chibi needs to chill.
We talked about the accolades that Sunny had. We're not really seeing that reflected in his gameplay just yet, right? This is do or die time. He's stuck on the DJ. By the way, CHBK has been really dishing out the damage.
This summer, Chibi needs to chill. You just say it in the question, it's all automatic. It sounds like a movie trailer. Peep the conversion, though. Oh, just cool. Back throw. In favor of Cammy. Right now, caught you swinging. No more fireballs. We've seen what happened. Okay. Jackknife. Normal with that. Ooh,
look,
knocks
he
down.
was autopiloting a little bit, right? He backed up for the throw bait and immediately threw the fierce at nothing. Sonny was ready for it.
Level 3 on the table. CA for CHBK. Oh, I like the stand light. Didn't do anything with it. They switched sides. DJ on the verge.
I knew it. Oh.
But burning out. Oh. Speaking of.
Word?
Level 3.
Oh.
30 seconds up in the clock. Burnout on the side of DJ.
Oh, drive impact. Oh my God, that would have been sick.
Oh, wow, the feint.
He got it.
Shot. Level 3 CA on top of that, the cash out.
The scaling's involved. It was off of a super or a special move.
Lots of scaling. Damn, not enough scaling. CHBK takes it 2-0 over Sunny in the loser's side. That means Sunny is going home.
That's actually kind of crazy. In that fashion, too, CHBK against Sunny. The sun sets today for the young man. And I will say young man. I know his age. But it's still young to me. All right, so, man, let's talk about this a little bit. CHBK's Cammy coming out against the DJ and not the Guile pick. I wondered what it was about Sunny to not go for that, because I feel like that's just fine against the Cammy matchup.
I mean, maybe just the confidence thing in that instance, right? And even more so knowing that, like, once you get in, I mean, I feel like you're right about that. Like, I would much rather use the Guile in this situation, so... But right here drops the level 2. That is bad news. The mix in the corner with the OD spinning back there.
Yeah, and then he threw out a roundhouse after that too. I don't even know if that was like an intentional reset or not, but Sunny D, man, that's going to be rough.
Oh, the slow-mo. Hold on now.
Damn,
hold on now.
Who's our replay
Who's
operator?
back there?
That guy's got it.
Who's in the...
Oh, man.
Who's in the booth catching these bad boys?
He definitely plays the game.
Okay, you can see it getting set up right there. Round 2, top 16 losers, all lined up for you guys. Sequ versus CHBK. Acute Moon versus Mark the Shark. Mintz versus Bionic. Natsuka versus 7BD. That is on the loser side. Those matches will be played to see who makes it to the top 8 tomorrow. Of course, we already got our top side for who will be staying on the winner's side, but these guys still need to fight it out for placement if they're trying to get to the prize. stay alive in this tournament. One of the people I'm looking at is Acute Moon. I'm really interested to see how far he's going to make it.
Same.
Bionic is another player. I mean, the way 7BD was playing even is looking very, very strong. So a lot of contenders here for this top 16, especially to see who's going to get to this top 8. I want to know who's going to take it home, though. Really makes you want to go back and look at some of these locals and see how it's actually kind of fared. Just, you know, without the results, with the actual match footage on hand. Like, you know what? Last time he did get beat up right here. What is he changing to make this a different layout, a different result this time around? But there you have it. Getting set up for this South Africa top 16. This is the loser side as we go further into this bracket.
I'm really curious about it. Natsuka, the Honda player, 7BD playing the jury, does have the option to go into Blanca if need be. But taking a look at the head-to-head, you know, just to kind of remind you guys, Natsuka, definitely not 43. I don't believe it for a second. 34 maybe, but not 43. But I'll tell you what, overall the Honda play, we're seeing a lot of like consistency, at least towards the strategies he wants to implement. It's really up to 7BD to kind of deter that. If you could like stop a Honda player from doing headbutts erratically, I think you're winning half the battle by default, right? You're getting rid of that option for Natsuka, or at least getting the big punishes on that. We saw that from Naruto, right? Naruto RSA, able to get some of these big perfect parries. It's not going to lead to a lot of damage, but at least you could focus on getting the corner carry, which Jury can do, and also build some resources for yourself, too.
So she can definitely get the knockdown. Also, her charges are going to be pretty dangerous right now. I feel like one of the things you do have to actually play, one of the ways you actually have to play versus Jury is that you can't let her get comfortable enough to get these charges, and even more so, you don't want her to be in control of the neutral. But she's also going to play a little more offense because, one, depending on how those headbutts are like kind of like sprinkled in there, we're going to get a lot more mobile or a lot less mobile, right? Mobile, or especially on the ground as opposed to in the air. I'm really, really interested to see like what the Honda's going to do in this scenario, because a lot of people know that neutral game is very strong for Jury. If she gets a knockdown, you're going to hold the dash rush forward medium, and then what? And then what are you going to do? That's going to change a lot of your wake-up options, especially in a sense that like if you get any knockdown, any uppercut, OD, it's really going to be something you're looking forward to. But here we go. An instant jump back. I like that. Gets the power up. Yeah.
Sumo Spirit.
Spirit of the sumo. Anti-airs with great buttons.
Oh my. Opting not to go for the sumo spirit. There we go. The hands. Watching jab follow up.
Oh, okay. And this is what I was talking about. Out. No, actually stays there. Doesn't look for anything big. Gets over one of the headbutts. And there's the butt slam. My man Natsuka went crazy with it for a second there. The series didn't net him anything big. Going for the DI, the jump back, but nothing big. Oh my God.
This guy's so sick. Natsuka.
Natsuka. Chip.
What does that mean?
Chip.
It's Honda Warrior.
Oh man.
Any kickbacks for fans?
Yo.
Oh. Sit him down. Oh, damn, he got some hang time on that. Michael Jordan, is that you?
My man was holding the rim.
I believe I can splash. It's crazy. I believe I can bust some. Hey now.
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute.
Oh, full rock on the DI and back throw. And your burnout. And I'm blocking.
Think about it every night.
Big chop.
Damn. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Natsuka.
Right? Those are autographs, bro.
They are. Yeah, that'd be cool. I would take one of those home.
Put it on your wall.
Because no one else can do that, right? That is an exclusive autograph, right? If you think about it, in the world,
there's no way you don't know who that is. You see it like that was That's Honda's hand.
Yep, that's it.
Yo, both of them jump back. Sumo Spirit. I mean, now you got to be careful. This is exactly what I was talking about. Hits the wall. No uppercut.
You could have done it. You could have done it after that.
Uh-oh, air to air. Didn't work out in Jury's favor.
Doskoi!
Oh, neutral.
Jesus, dude. How many times did Natsuka give it to me? Has done headbutt, and after a block, he will just kind of like jump back and fade early. Neutral jump. Oh, he's still able to go past a fireball. That's right. That's what I'm talking about.
Those headbutts adding up, bro.
Natsuka! Oh!
No respect, Natsuka.
No one can stop me. It's true. It's true. I saw the whole thing.
Not stopping that butt slam, not stopping that headbutt. That's what happens.
Nope.
Yo, take it easy.
Take it easy. Let go of my blocks.
Yo, the headbutts. Spirit of the Sumo.
Getting that install is going to be pretty important if you wanted to land some extra damage. OD headbutt, Natsuka.
And look at this. In burnout once again. Fake out with the headbutts. Yeah, just hitting buttons right there just to see if you can get a jump reaction out of it.
So difficult, man. Trying to figure out the timing of the headbutt, when it's coming out, when it's not. Oh, why not?
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, that was a
there's
punish
the
counter.
And you got level 2. You can get. Oh. Okay, jumps out, gets the punish counter throw, and that's all you need. Natsuka takes out 7BD. Damn, that was actually a 2-0. My man was like, you know what?
Look at him. Look at him.
Yeah, that's
album cover Natsuka.
Natsuka.
Already breaking records, making that 2-0 pretty quickly.
The warrior in white, is that, did we just translate it wrong? It's just the warrior in white, bro.
I don't know. I thought it was like knock, but instead of like not, but I was just like Honda Warrior because just to be safe. I don't know. But top 8, hey man, really impressive from performance. That Honda was, I don't know, man. I feel like there's a lot of intimidation when it comes to playing against a Honda if you're not familiar with what he can do. Like, sure, you can see headbutts and sumo splashes. I mean, like, what to do about it and also what to do after it, right? I think there's been a lot of big reads coming in from Natsuka of getting some of these special moves blocked and just getting like a throw bait or a normal bait right afterwards. It's been pretty linear, in my opinion, but it's just a matter of like trying to keep yourself composed. Like, you get hit by headbutts all the time. I do as well. It's like, what are you supposed to do about that afterwards, right?
I mean, it's about the recovery, right? Because a lot of times you get kind of fidgety, and then either you get hit by the follow-up headbutt a lot of times. Like,
and it happens.
It really does happen, right?
Yeah.
And then, like, I feel like the evolution of Honda's like, okay, now that I got you blocking, you start mixing in some of the command throws. And typically that's like the way that it goes down. It's like, look, now that I know that I got you blocking, that you're respecting it a little bit, you start adding butt slam and then like command throw. And it kind of just spills out from there. But like, you have to deal with headbutt first. I feel like that's the thing, like certain characters have at their disposal. The Blankas, the Hondas. I feel like Marisa to a certain degree, because she does so much when it comes to the drive gauge and like chip and being like, how do you navigate and get around it? So you actually have to call out. And you're right though, because if he does sumo spirit, then you know hands get powered up too. So you got to be careful for the hand extension. So stuff like that really does come into play in these matchups. Honda's one of those characters that really does, like, obviously nobody likes fighting him, but the thing is that he's one of those characters that can check any opponent, and if you have any level above that initial headbutt butt slam game, your Honda can definitely still do damage.
It's so dangerous. I personally love like facing off against Honda because I always think of it as a parry minigame, but I digress.
No, look, when I tell you, I will literally be there like, I just want to get perfect parry on
fun.
butt slam and headbutt.
Yeah. Even if I lose points in ranked, I'm like, dude, this is fun. Like, I have a lot of good moments of just trying to like parry it. It's like, all right, what am I gonna do to punish? Throw. But that's just how it goes. Again, it's been really impressive to see Natsuka move on into top 8. We're gonna see plenty more of that Street Fighter action a little bit after this as we go into the losers. But not only in the realm of CPT will you be getting some of the best and brightest Street Fighter action. Where else can they find it, Steve?
Where else can they find it? Let's pop it.
Boom!
There we go. A brand spanking new season of SFL begins soon. Street Fighter League returns to US October 18th at 9 p.m. Join Vicious and myself as we commentate all the action in the exciting team-based format. I'm going to tell you right now, you do not, and I repeat, you do not want to miss Street Fighter League Pro US, excuse me. This season, I'm telling you, man, some of the greatest matches I've ever seen in Street Fighter 6. This is the beginning for the first time, mind you, that we will get Street Fighter League for Street Fighter 6. I promise you want to pull up some of the greatest teams, some of the greatest surprises, and I'm telling you, that first episode really does set the pace for
you
episode
have no idea.
1. You guys don't even know how ridiculous this season is on the US side. Street Fighter League US 2023, October 18th. That's a Wednesday, 9 p.m. Set your clocks. Join us there. I promise you, you do not want to miss it, and I'll see you guys there. Street Fighter League Pro US. Yeah, we're back.
We're there.
We're back.
You got to be there as well. Man. So every so often, right, you'll be playing a lot of games, getting ready to watch a lot of CPT. It also was going to be SFL. But if you ever wanted to take a break from the game, which I know you don't,
No.
but in case you have to, head over to Buckler's Bootcamp, where you can play Pockets. It's a mini game in which you develop your character by training little cute dot characters. And the service is based on the motto, praise and develop, not only just yourself, but also the character you're training with, which is the intention of Buckler's president. I got to find out who Buckler's president actually is anyway. Again, you're able to register for free and able to play this little mini game and also raise up your little chibi character to face off against other characters in it. I actually haven't had the chance to do this myself, but this is definitely up my alley. It's I am definitely a fan of the artwork. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Then you have is this the actual boot camp? Is this like Luke's training ground?
This is what
in
it
the
seems
background?
like.
Is what it
That
looks
definitely
like?
seems like that's the Luke stage, and you're in there.
I get to
like,
actually give
powering up
Ryu
your
a bath. That's
character,
crazy.
right?
Look at that. It says clean. It's like, finally, man.
Right.
You've been a world warrior for how many years? This is his first bath ever. It's going to be sick. But either way, Pockets, again, be sure to check it out over at Buckler's Boot Camp.
No, I'm very interested in it. And it has a little arcade, little mini arcade display there to kind of like
That's cool,
give you the, the old school feel, of course, returning with the world.
Yes, sir.
But of course, we have an amazing sponsorship that's been going on ever since EVO. We've been doing some really cool things with these guys, including we just saw the takeover. But what they do have back in the building is Carne Asada is back on the grill for a limited time. Chipotle has joined hands with Capcom during the first year of Street Fighter 6. Download the app and order some right now. Carne Asada is back, I repeat, for a limited time. I'm telling you right now, it's probably still in my trash can. I literally just had a Carne Asada burrito. Not even joking.
I'm not even, I've definitely had it twice this week.
Well,
not even exaggerating. I was like, you know what, I'm going to try it out.
Well, look,
I like the seasoning.
Everybody has time to try it out. Even if you didn't make it out of pools at EVO, you can order some right now because we're going to take a quick break. But after that, we're going to come back more South Africa CPT 2023. We're going to get down to the nitty gritty of this top 8 and see who's moving on till tomorrow. Join us right after this.
Chipotle's carne asada is back. It's our most tender cuts of steak, grilled and seasoned with cumin, oregano, and coriander. Finished with fresh lime and hand-chopped cilantro. Carne asada. This is our best steak ever.
Let's get this mission started.
is your Capcom He is your 2018 champion.
We got more Street Fighter League. I know you can smell the tension in the air.
We back in the field, we ready, it's time.
Ooh, punish counter.
Out of the huddle, you know that I grind. A dangerous smile, a weapon of choice from pushing the line.
Season after season, it's only gotten better.
Big Bird in trouble.
My game is number one. Bet it all, give me my cash. Supreme game, can't stop it. Take off like a rocket. Break it back, don't bend mine. I'm the one now, you can't hide.
What an upset. What an upset.
Fight with all your heart.
This is our moment.
Nobody saw this happening. I dare you to find me better Street Fighter.
It's time to rise. This is our moment. This is our time. The time is now. It's time to rise.
It's unprecedented and unpredictable. It only gets better.
Nothing! Straight to the goal!
This is a different Chris CCH. I don't know who this young man is.
Time to
We ready whenever. The world is watching. The time is now. No other option. No other way. Play to win the way that we play.
My man looks so happy.
In front of the pack. Leading the way. It's time to reign.
Anti-Bird's momentum, his speed in general, so hard.
Been to the bottom, ain't nothing to fear. We running the game.
That RD, taking it down defensively against the biggest sprint that we've seen thus far.
This is the hardest season of Street Fighter League ever.
Doing it for the time.
History in the making.
This is our moment. Yeah, this is our time.
This kid is ridiculous. This kid is ridiculous.
This is our moment. This is our time.
He gives a kiss to the audience. I love that.
Who is this thing? Full fight.
execute. You are your Street Fighter League US champions.
I present the Hunter from Komura.
welcome back South Africa CPT 2023. I know you see who's on here talking with me, or I should say that I'm talking with him. This is, you already know what it is, my bro. It's always a pleasure to be on the mic with you. First time holding one of these bad boys down, the CPT South Africa 2023. It's your boy Tasty Steve. I'm having a good time. It is early in the morning for me. I do still have energy, but it is okay. Street Fighter is lighting the way. We've seen some amazing matches so far. You guys are getting a lot of the stories that are coming out of this South Africa scene, especially now that they've gotten a lot more locals. Red Bull Kumitas went down. Cape Town Showdown has also transpired. So you're getting a lot of the fighting game lore from a lot of the players in this region. And it's always an honor for me to see them because I'm always happy to shine a spotlight on these regions that I feel like don't get enough love. So this is really dope to see. And people are trying to make it to Capcom Cup. So, of course, they're going to be playing their hearts out. And we got to see a lot of new players that I feel like I haven't heard of before, too. So hopefully you guys are enjoying yourself here.
No doubt. And again, you guys have seen him for the very first time on the CPT. You guys realize he's in the video game also? I don't know if you guys have noticed. Hey, what do you say when they pick the character, when they pick your character in the game? Like, what is your intro line? I forget what it was.
Oh, it's just like, you know I got you. It's
okay,
something like that.
I like
it's
that.
It's your boy Tasty Steve. You know I got you.
I like that. How come they didn't give you the stop and bop line?
Yeah, I mean, look, man, you know how it
Heck,
was.
man.
You know how it was. You love the stop. He loves the stop and bop line.
Listen,
he
man.
loves it. He campaigned for it. He's like, look, I don't care what Steve says. I need the stop and bop. I need that on my resume, okay? I need the world to know that I can deliver that. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, more beef than a Philly cheesesteak. Moving into the top 16, let's take a look at how many matches we have left for the day. Obviously, these final 3 matches are going to be pretty insane, right? Mintz versus Bionic, first and foremost. We're going to start off with that. Then it's a battle of the aquatic territory. It's Mark the Shark going up against Acute Moon. Interesting. Winner of that gets to control the ocean forever. Sequ versus CHBK to finish things off as well. We've seen Mintz pretty early on from the winner's side. We had the opportunity to be blessed with his Ken. Also has a pocket Rashid just in case. But Bionic, though, his Kimberly doing great work. This is the cat that was showing in a lot of big rebuttals against Firebeast Luke that wanted to be kind of linear with his offensive approach. We talked about how hoppy he can be, but then also transition into the grounded gameplay and also knowing full well how to contest while in burnout against drive impact.
Yeah. No, really did a great job of that in the corner. Really pays a lot of attention to the meter and able to really take advantage. I feel like one of the things that Bionic has down to an art is like the game start. Like, hey, did I get you with this combo? I'm going to try to go for this setup on the follow-up, but still it's not going to be easy. Ken's one of those characters that you really have to be careful against in the neutral. And even if you are ready to deal with it, the range that you have to play versus Ken with Kim is a little different than you play against most characters. So I'm interested to see like how it's going to play out. I want to know the approach going in. Ken, once again, I feel like he has all the tools that really operates at a strong level, especially once you get past that initial like, hey, how do I play the Street Fighter 6 game? Ken's one of those characters that really does get his game started very easily.
Agreed.
Great corner carry, and the damage itself is just so good that I feel like any Ken you see is probably a threat at this stage in any bracket. So
I think Kimberly is more of like a knowledge check character, right? She may not dish out the exact kind of damage that you're looking for, but she could be a mix-up master. She's got so many opportunities in the corner to get these openings, and you have to really understand like the real options and what's coming up next to defend against it. But what's also pretty cool is she can halt her offense midway through and then change it up entirely. I feel like, especially with the spray can in your face. So we'll see if that comes to fruition. Already had an aggressive start. Oh,
nice crouching heavy.
Amateur.
Gets the run stop. Tatsu
actually
to the
run
corner,
stop.
Right? At the real run stop, gets the Tatsu to the corner.
Damn, they're so, listen, all the characters in the crowd are actually just like that. They look just like that. Damn, I never learned that in my martial arts class.
Right. Well, that's what happens. We are still in an online environment for you guys who don't know. So these kinds of things do happen sometime. But you can already see some of the changes in the matches, right? You can already see like how he's approaching this offense from Ken. And you were talking about like starting their offense and then instantly stopping. I always forget, and this is probably why she beats me up, the elbow drop from Kim really does. You have to be so prepared. Obviously, I have counters for it, but just being prepared for how much she moves around, especially if you get one that like jumps around a lot. Finding that elbow drop, countering it is going to be tough, but that just kind of adds to like that really kind of that neutral game where she can literally, I feel like, be anywhere, especially if she has drive gauge.
Yeah, she could bait out throws pretty well, I would say, and that could lead to decent damage. If anything, the damage could come from like the knockdown first, then you get to your offense going, you get the snowball against your opponent.
Yeah, that's a good way to
with
put
the amount
it.
of like different mix-ups that you do have. You can even get to like throw range territory and just kind of abuse that. Throw back and forth and just also just get meaties going. There's so many different like approaches that Kim can have to throw people off.
Yeah.
That I feel like that's like the hardest thing to contest against. If you know somebody or if you're playing against somebody who has a great mix, it's hard, man. Like sometimes you'll lose patience and like, oh, sure you can. And it's like,
I gotta, they're all over me. I gotta, sure you can. No!
You just have to. So full transparency, obviously, we had a little bit of a hiccup with the network issues. We're trying to figure out what that problem is. But as you were getting ready for it, it was Bionic versus Mintz. We still have 3 more games to play, but between these two characters, between these two players, really, Bionic again fell short. Or actually, no, Mintz was the one that fell short to Jobby M. And to be fair, Jobby M, he's a monster. Not to take away from Mintz, but like, you got turned into Mintz meat from Jobby, to be fair. But like again, Mintz been doing a great job. 13th at World Warrior over in the 7th this month. 5th at Cape Town Showdown. Again, very, very impressive. That's no easy feat, getting a top 8 at a major. So big ups to Mintz. So we still haven't really seen him shine just yet. We had that opportunity prior to the freeze.
Yeah.
We saw him going through it against Bionic, but really curious to see how he's going to excel forward. Now he's in the loser side with Ken.
Yeah, I mean, Ken, obviously, like we said, we literally just said an explosive character. And it really did seem like Mintz had a great control on what was happening so far. Oh, just got the Tatsu to the corner.
Yeah.
We were talking about, like, I feel like that's one of the situations you can really put a stop to some of the shenanigans that Kim kind of throws out there. Not Ken, but Kim. You get her to the corner, it's like, all right, long as I can keep this offense is good. Because obviously, some of her reversal options, most of them non-existent. So you really have to keep the pressure going on the character if you get the opportunity. Ken's really good at that. Ken's with the run stop. He's got great buttons. He's still got that target. And if he ever does get a knockdown and he gets close enough, stand fierce after the knockdown. You know, those are the things that you really need to look for against these characters. But Kim can definitely like switch up and really pressure you in situations. She just very snowball. She has to get the knockdown, and I feel like she actually has to spend resources, whether it be a spray paint can once you get to the corner for control, or just drive rush, getting the conversion off a stand medium kick. But we weren't seeing much of that coming from Mintz.
No, not yet.
Not
anyway.
in that matchup, you know.
Yeah. What's also really cool is I feel like something that's really underutilized. I know a lot of Kimberly players are kind of focused on like the fireball game too. They don't want to get smoked. They want to like try to slide on in there, maybe get around it. I think what's really important is trying to force some of the fireball errors, like from further ranges, and using the teleport to punish against them. I don't really get to see like teleport punishes as much from Kimberly's. I feel like in the neutral.
It's because I feel like reading fireballs, especially in 6 with OD and how the like projectile invincibility works, like the durability, I should say, it really does kind of like change it, right? It kind of changes how you interact with fireballs at certain times. So I know exactly what you mean. Like playing like a slower and like you don't have to be all up on the Gristle versus Kim all the time. You literally wait for a fireball, get a teleport, get the reaction, and see how they deal with it afterwards. And then it starts making it a little easier to bait out some of the options. But we're going back in.
What was that? That was
it was a Shoryuken,
that was
bro.
raw. He was already pressured. The Shoryuken, look what the
Amateur back throw.
Not bad of a start from him.
And that's that stand medium kick, exactly what I was talking about. And just bites right back to the middle of the screen. Oh, there's the jump in. Gets the punish counter throw.
Interesting.
Okay. Oh, wow. Now preparing for the jump out of the corner. The medium kick gets the hit. Has the pressure in the corner. Back throw. Here comes Kim. Oh.
That's cool. Obvious. Man, this guy is a bully when it comes to like perfect parry quotes. Obvious. Amateur.
Tried to get the meaty while burn out. Oh, the up back tech. I'm not on the ground. Got to be careful. There's meter on Kim's side. He doesn't even try.
Could have been a level 1. Level 1 would have killed. OD uppercut, I don't even know if it would, but trying something would have been.
Yeah.
Would have been big. Oh, if we saw an OD Tatsu after that, that would have been sick.
Oh, big jump in with the heavy punch. Man, early jump heavy punch with Ken. Perfect distance on the slide straight to the level 3.
Bionic. That's what I'm talking about. Those interactions are very difficult to come by.
Okay, gets the throw out the drive rush, and this is what I was talking about. Oh, wow. Air throw. Power up's gonna stay there. Uppercut. Anti-air works out. DI, not today. Yo, Bionic. Yo, side switch on top of that. OD uppercut this time. Not going to go down with it. Gets the hit. Gets the confirm into the enhanced Dragon Lash. About to get a full combo. Didn't even need it. Yo, Mintz.
Word? That was sick. Drive rush forward. Crouch jab counter hit into the stand. Fierce. Mintz. That was clean. That was so sick. Bionic.
Anti-air. Neutral jump. Trying to bait it. Okay, gets the target combo. Side switch with the enhanced Dragon Lash. Dash rush. Could have been a throw. That would have hurt. Stagger pressure.
Oh, that's rough. And that was a counter hit. It wasn't a punish counter, so luckily for Mintz, not going to have to worry about the follow-up from Kim.
Oh, drive rush gets the low. 3 bars.
Oh, you know what that was. That's the second time he's done that in all of his games.
And there's that elbow drop.
He's at level 3 again.
You got to be careful throwing fireballs.
Oh, that was sick.
Oh, confirm. Level 3, you got to spin it.
See,
on top of it, you better make it count. No. Yo, Mintz with the drop. Bionic with the pickup. Not even going to tell him that he found it. He's like, uh-oh, did they just drop this? I'll keep it for myself.
I'll put it in my pocket. It is now my level 3.
I am not a good citizen. I'm going to keep it. Throw. Okay, just backing up this time. Tries to put a button there just in case there's some kind of neutral advancement coming from Bionic into Kim.
Looking for a tick throw earlier from that jumping. Fireball's coming in hot. Right mix.
Oh, that could have been dangerous. Back throw. Here's Kim. Sets out the spray can.
Oh!
Runs right into it with the drive rush. Prairie. Drag. No. Takes the Tatsu this time.
Overhand.
Mid screen gets the confirm. One hits at the Jinrai.
Oh, you had time. You had meter. Best believe. It's going to be a lot of damage. Do it again.
Wait a minute. Yo, Mintz. Yo, and still ready with the reaction. Knows you're trying to get the DI. Keeps the corner. Still in burnout, but stops it. Gets the slide. Dash up. Counter hit. Confirm. From corner to corner. Tries to jump out. Just gets the meter back.
Oh, you see Mintz, he was buffering away.
Level
coming at ya.
Drag the fist. Look how he floats up there after he gets the knockdown. Look at
Sit down. Headshot up. Dude, he gives you like the half jump man too.
He does like a float the leg.
That's crazy. For momentum.
Yo, man. Oh, jeez. What a jump in. Forward throw. Heavy punch. Oh, another throw.
Keep doing it. Oh. Get off of me.
Drive reversal. That elbow starting to come out a lot more. Gets the hit. Burns himself out.
Oh, that's totally fine. Bionic still trying to track down Mintz and his escape options. Speaking of, forward throw, finding his way out of the corner. Steal turn. Amateur! Back throw, punish counter with him. Definitely take that Mintz.
Yo, the perfect range again. Slides into level 3.
Number 1 Bushu.
Yo, the ninja pose. Oh, he almost ate that cross-up catching the dash.
Good block. Oh, no, punish counter throw. Party time.
OD Tatsu. Hold on.
Loving the defense from Bionic.
Really stepped it up a notch. And it's not like, just blocking. It's more about stopping the approaches from Mintz. In a lot of these situations, gets the cross-up, spins the drive, gets the corner, goes for the mix. What? I like that. Gets the hit dunk again for a heavy kick. Yeah, let me get the follow-up. Reset level 1. Side switch. Does have drive. Yep, spins it. No uppercut. Almost got a full conversion. Yo, Bionic.
Oh, he could have had a jump and punish.
Oh, you got to be quicker than that. Perfect.
No, the reset. I like that. Bionic.
OD Tatsu out of there.
Oh, no.
Oh, what's happening? Spaghetti everywhere. Who dropped this? Somebody's better clean it up, and it's going to be Bionic. Takes it 2-0. Mintz was fighting back to get in the game, but it's not going to work out. Bionic made some of the best changes to his offense, especially going in versus Mintz. Mintz, in those last couple games, it was almost impossible for him to get something started. Mintz going home or just to the living room to possibly watch the rest from there, especially because we got more games for Sunday. That was loser's side. Shout outs to Mintz for pulling up. Bionic going to stay alive. And you can tell my man was ready for quite a few situations.
I was sick.
Nice side switch right there. And a lot of up back tech in this situation.
That's exactly
if you're
it.
committing, it's really going to get you in trouble. You're going to see a lot of whiff punishes. But the thing is, Mintz had all these perfect parries.
And also a big drop, too. That could have been so significant.
That would have been
mentally.
big. That would have been really big.
If he had gotten that, it would have been damage for at least like one more scenario, maybe chip damage. But not to take away from Mintz, though, he had some really good conversions and also just good defense against Bionic and what he wanted to do. Just not really able to close it out, too, right? He had an opportunity to possibly spend our bar from that scenario. But this, I feel like, as good as this was, I feel like it killed him in the end.
Yeah, it was a waste of the bar. Could have checked it another way. Could have spent like another level one, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
And look at this series right here in the corner. Gets the forward roundhouse after the OD throw.
Yeah.
Checks the dash right after it. Bionic stays alive. Cashes the ticket to top 8. Bionic versus Natsuka. Gonna be a loser's side match.
Yeah. Big ups to Mintz either way, though. Getting that top 8 from his previous performance in Cape Town, just a little bit shy in an official CPT capacity. Hey, man, really impressive play from the Ken. Hoping to see you even more so down the line with World Warrior. Again, a lot of these cats, although it's the end of their journey today for the one qualifier here, there's still other shots to check them out in their World Warrior. Get washed! That's what it is. But Mark the Shark, 9,200. It's 9,200, excuse me, against Acute Moon. Again, it's going to be a battle of the oceans. We're going to see who takes control over the other, or will the Shark free himself from being captive to the waters? We'll see.
Acute Moon. Mark the Shark. I think Mark the Shark was saying, one of the things he was saying was one of his first tournaments was Red Bull Kumite.
Interesting.
Yes,
yeah, okay.
and he did pretty well. So shout outs to Mark the Shark. Showing up, doing well here in this CPT for South Africa. Acute Moon, definitely one of the people to beat. We haven't seen the modern Marisa yet. That's because the classic has been getting it done already. Acute Moon. Really, I feel like one of the people I'm looking at to be one of the heavy hitters. Not only because they're playing Marisa, but just because of how much success they've seen versus some of the other people here from the region in some of these other events. So it really does say a lot about what they bring to the table. Acute Moon, definitely. I'm a fan, especially as a Marisa player.
I'm terrified of this cat, man. Like, just looking at his recent accolades, just to kind of refresh your memory, right? He's gotten second at the most recent World Warrior. He fell short to Will Bartness, but overall, he got first against one of the heaviest hitters we could ask for. Also in the top 8, Jobby M. He took him down in September. So if I'm seeing Acute Moon on the loser side, I'd be terrified. I would actually be terrified.
This song right
But we'll see. Mark the Shark. Killer on his own, right? He's a beast. We'll see if he's got what it takes to take down the Moon.
Okay, big jump in. Early jump, fierce punch from Ken is so good. Oh, okay, forward throw. Oh,
damn.
Dragon Lash gets you out of the air. Text the throw. Mark the Shark awake at the wheel.
I like that.
Said it ain't too early for me. Amateur.
Jeez.
Crouch heavy punch gets the run combo. Enhanced Tatsu for the corner. Carry.
Oh, that could have been so sick. We got the whiff punish on time.
Back throw. Yep. Forward roundhouse. Lots of gladius.
The throw. No, Acute Moon actually committed to the throw either way and got Mark the Shark. Oh, no, not today. Back throw and the burnout.
Yeah, and remember, you have an extra burnout when you're an extra block stun when you're in burnout. So the command throw, a little too fast, still in block stun. This is going to give the situation to Mark the Shark. Has an opportunity. Just got the drive bar back in the Jinrai loops. I blame Tokido, bro. My man Tokido really be abusing people with the Jinrai loops, bro.
Yeah, I blame Haitani. Haitani did it first with the very beta. That guy is a madman when it comes to Jinrai mixes. Oh, heating it up. Not going to spin the bar early. Interesting. OD?
Tries to get the back throw. Bro, I love this song. I love this song.
It's so good.
People get hit by level 3s, and then it just looks ridiculous.
Yeah,
Kim
bro.
Like, yo, bro, it looks so sick. Just walk outside of a destroyed temple. Like, Master, they're out there fighting again. Why? It's so scenic, and we have the best beats. Let it rock.
Master, who composed this beat? One of the condiments. Mustard. On the beat.
Young Nitty composed the beat. Yo. Oh, bro, it just comes in. Oh, the level 3 to the wall. Look at Ken's face. Oh my God.
Help!
Bro, come on.
Now you know he's doing a lot of damage to the control in the corner. Sneaking in the drive impact. Oh, that's gotta be. Oh,
you were getting a little too cocky. Side switch spins the level 3.
Now's not the time to get too.
Sit down and shut up. You heard the fish hop out the water. Yo, that was tight. Splash.
They're cheering on for the shark.
Another one. Tick throw not gonna work. Jab on the way out stops the offense in perfect spacing.
That is a classic bait.
Out.
I like that. Shark bait. Hoo-ha-ha. That's what I'm talking about. He knew it. Fish out of water. Acute Moon couldn't take it. Couldn't take it. Now he's drowning a little bit.
Gets the counter hit. Then confirming.
You can't do that. How many times have we seen that before? How many times have we thought to ourselves, maybe I could drive impact the rest of this phalanx?
The damage safe jump set up there.
Command grab. I thought it. So did he. Mark the shark got smoked for the roundhouse. Where
are you going?
Punish counter. The soul leaves his body.
Kick the body
as the shark enters a new phase of life.
Mouse is no match for a lion.
Damn.
That's what she says.
Where is the shark in the wheel of life, or like the?
Oh no, man.
The circle of life here.
Longest the lion does not get in the water, I feel like it has the advantage.
It's true.
But what if the shark lures you into water? Like, yo, lion. Yo, lion. You need to get. That's how it's like, yo, lion. You need to get in it. Oh, back throw. No, back heavy actually.
Jesus. Set up. Side switch anyway. Safe jump as well. Yeah, I love that. The parry against the
make it count.
Number 3.
Yep.
That's going to be pretty expensive, actually. But hey,
get the heat.
A round's a round. We'll take it. Damn, he's in there. Tonight, we're going to steal the moon. Despicable Ken.
Yo, lion. Get in this water, man.
Mark the shark, though. I'm impressed with the rebuttal again.
The
Shark
whip
bait.
punish.
Help him. Anti-air.
Ow. Yo, my man Ken lifted off the ground.
Yeah. He didn't even want to leave yet. He didn't want his tippy toes. This is a scary part. The moon stalks its prey.
Right. Oh, I like that. Looking for the forward medium punch. Possibly a counter hit, but still you can get the knockdown and play it right. Didn't find it though. Air to air, the jump light.
The bait again.
Forward throw. Mark the shark.
That could have been a big punish. That could have been it.
A little
dropsies. Not like this.
He's got one bar. You spin
Level
that.
1, side switch, and also in burnout, send a fireball out. Let him come to you. That's right. Bait him out.
Phalanx, don't forget.
Punish! It doesn't matter. Mark the shark. Throwing out the sweep where it counts. Excellent decision making. And it's totally fair to do it. The range is phenomenal. If your opponent is in burnout, it's going to be that much harder to get a punish anyway. Mark the shark taking over the moon. He is the king of the waters. That's what I'm talking about.
Mark the shark takes it over Acute Moon 2-0 at that, man. And it was looking really good for Moon for quite a bit of that. Mark the Shark seems like he didn't have much to contribute to the way that matchup was falling out, but still got a lot of hits. I felt like it was one of those things where, Acute Moon really wasn't able to keep the momentum,
right?
Especially considering stuff like this started happening. Yo, who's back there doing that? The slow-mo with punish?
That guy's a god.
That guy's ridiculous. And look at the
he's
rebuttal.
gonna slow-mo again? I'm totally kidding. That was the game. Back fierce afterwards. Yeah, Acute Moon, I think, to be fair, like he knows the Marisa combos. He knows how to dish out damage. He knows how to bait out pretty well, I think. But there was just
combo.
A couple of instances. The impact of it all.
Level 3.
I see you. Replay operator. Top tier.
Phalanx. Perfect spacing.
Yeah.
My man.
Even before that, there was a moment where Marisa had dropped a pretty significant combo. I think Acute Moon, he missed the conversion that led into Dimokairos.
Yeah.
So he was just up in the air. Arm up in the air and everything. Mark the Shark took full advantage of that and actually led him to that scenario where he got the life lead and also was able to establish that full screen game. So Acute Moon, he had the opportunity. Man, he was one of the top prospects
to make it into top 8 as well.
Yeah, he was definitely one of my favorites to make it in. But running into some of these matchups, I mean, look, Ken is still a threat no matter what. And just doing a great job of stopping Marisa in some of the big damage cash-out situations. We didn't see many of them there for Acute Moon. And I felt like if you don't see those kind of conversions, and he was a little slow after he got the drive rush conversion off the crouching medium punch. Like, there was a couple of drops there that really could have been big. You saw him fishing. But the thing is, Mark the Shark started waiting a lot more with punishment, big punish counters on top of that to get the W. That moves him into top 8 for Mark the Shark here for CPT
Mark
South Africa.
Mark the Shark.
Mark the Shark. I want to be a shark. Anyways, so there was somebody in the crowd. I don't know who that was.
Crazy.
CHBK
coming up. Sequ was actually been waiting there for quite some time. Started on the winner's side. A resident Geef player. Still alive in the tournament, of course. CHBK, one of those players that we saw being really active with the Cammy. I'm interested, and I've been saying it a lot, but like I want to see how these guys approach some of these more active matchups, especially with a character like Geef, who's going to have a hard time locking down a Cammy if played properly, right? We should be seeing a lot of dive kicks, but we'll also see some of those armor options come out from Geef. That's going to change the matchup. Also, the reversal as well for the dive kicks. Will we see it? Will it be an option? We will find out. Playing an active character like Cammy, who does have great whiff punish buttons, Geef does have some range and some reach on some of his buttons, but stat heavy is there as well. Depending on the offense coming from the Cammy, you can really be on defense quite a lot, you know what I'm saying? But here we go. CHBK, Sequ coming up. Sequ, yeah.
So Sequ, definitely one of the OGs of South Africa. He had a really heartfelt moment over at Red Bull Kumite, if you guys don't remember. Had his family in town as well, watching him perform. Looking to do so again, maybe get into the top 8, but again, CHBK has a lot to say about this with his impressive performance with Cammy thus far.
And look at that. Trying to use that armor, gets the counter hit, caught your reach, and didn't get the full combo.
Sweet.
There's the OD, stops the pressure. And look at this life lead that Geef has right now. Oh, and look at that. Wow, the whiff punishment is coming from Sequ right now. It's been so good. CHBK.
And he's looking a lot sharper than he did in the previous round. Oh, no. The hooligan. I'm loving that command grab, too. It's so sneaky. You have to kind of like be prepared for either like the axe to come down, the scythe, I should say. Right, so you have to stand block that. So the command grab is really, really hard to anticipate more often than not.
Look at this defensive spacing. Geef doing a great job, but now you're in the corner. Yep, that's the button you got to worry about. You whip something, stand around.
Oh, whip punish! Oh!
Ball still alive, though. 30 seconds left on the clock. 2 bars. The CHBK, the hooligan slide? Come on now. I know you laughed. I know you laughed, and I don't like it.
Who laughed? You did.
CHBK, bro. CHBK, guys. Like, I got him. Gets the hit, confirmed to the corner. Bad situation. Gets another throw. That's 4 throw, too.
Oof. This is so important, too. Sequ has not been able to get out of the corner. Got the meaty crouching heavy punch instead for trying to move.
Oh,
you gotta stand up. You gotta stand up.
Not the leg. Don't hit him with the Alex. No. Oh, God.
My leg. Oh, not like this.
Yo, level 3, is that gonna? Oh, nah.
What's my name?
OD.
What's my name?
Uppercut from Cammy.
You said it. I was just finishing the line.
CHBK.
You said, oh, nah, by default. I gotta say it with respect to Riri. What's my name? Ooh, counter hit. It's CHBK.
There you go.
CHBK.
Oh, and this is exactly what I was talking about. Gets the knockdown, spins a little meter to drive rush in. Not going to get the follow-up, though.
Ooh. An opening. Not today against Sequ. A lot of mileage from the standing mediums thus far in that drive impact. Actually, no, that was fierce, right? I missed it.
I like that. There we go. I was talking about this from the earlier games. Ooh, the cockback.
Sock'em boppers. He doesn't even need the sock'em boppers. His fist is that size. That's crazy.
This is sock'em. This is bop'em.
You got the yours? Yeah. Both of them? Yeah. Counter conversion off a medium punch. Yes, sir. Look at the target combo.
Oh! Yo, get punched.
And he doesn't even want to use drive impact. Oh my God. Why drive impact? when you can drive a fist with your face
You're going to
instead.
get scooped next time. Yo, you are getting clipped by the roundhouse.
Oh, that's the move you wanted to see. Guess what? He's delivering. That breakdown was sick. Oh.
Stand medium kick. Stand forward. So good, especially I feel like keeping somebody honest at the end of screens. We've been seeing a lot of stand strong. Combo push to the corner. Burnout.
Oh, no.
Actually got a whiff, small punish. Thing is, it's hard for Geef to put you in one of these situations for chip out.
Oh.
Has the meter to close out the game, though.
That is kind of tough. I'm opting like level 2 in a block string, perhaps, but at this point in time,
it's too late.
Chibi's going to get his drive gauge all the way down anyway.
Oh, no. Didn't even have to spin the bar, though. And this is what I was talking about. The foot speed for Cammy is something you got to worry about. Man, the wind pose, the Delta Red.
I didn't even realize you did that. Damn, this breakdown is sick.
Bro, it's so good. I'm a fan of the Cammy thing.
It's been very difficult for Sequ, right? There hasn't been a lot of movement on the ground to like inch him on in. He hasn't really tried like the jump approach either. In terms of the defense, oh, hey, we'll take that. Ain't no way this bridge is surviving after
Oh,
this.
God.
Oh, God, help. Oh, hello. Oh, level 3. Hello, damage. Hello, drive rush. Hello, darkness, smile.
Oh,
my
no.
God.
Goes for a reset. No lariat for the knockdown.
It's going to be tough.
3 bars,
Oh,
the
my-
big jump in. Now we're going to take that lariat. Drive rush goes for the knee, but it's okay. That's not okay.
Is it? You're going to be in blocks, and you can't take this too. Technically, Chibi could keep doing this until he lands at level 3. I told you. He could keep doing this until he lands at level 3. Ladies and gentlemen, it is night-night. Sequ not going to be moving on, unfortunately. But CHBK finding the right movement and finding the right sequences to get the critical art.
Oh, man. CHBK lives to fight another day. Takes it over Squille every time, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. No, man. CHBK closing it out with the Cammy nonetheless. And
I loved it,
staying
man.
alive. And staying alive in this loser side top 8. Starting off really cheeky. We saw the hooligan.
Yeah.
Saw a lot of attempts at the whiff punish. And literally, some of these corner situations really did work out for CHBK in the best way possible.
Yeah.
That meaty situation right there. Spins the meter on top of it. Just a clinic of things. But also some of the great things that was really done well. Using Geef's armor on the stand fierce punch.
I agree.
To really attest the dive kick approach, as well as the level 3 scenarios right here, which CHBK really was not committing to early on because he knew the level 3 was a threat. So it's really smart of him.
Yeah, I wish we just saw a little bit more damage output from the side of Sequ, right? I think he's been really focused on trying to land some of these SPDs. And, like, who could blame him, right? An OD SPD could take out 30% of your life. But at the same time, some of these big conversions that he has off of punish counters into resets are not going to be what's cutting it for him. Either way, the way that Sequ has been playing, I think there's just a lot more room to grow. But at the same time, he understands what needs to be done, I think, in terms of, like, how to get some of these openings. Because he has them.
No, he
right?
definitely was getting a lot of the hits. And, like, you could tell one of the things about Geef is, like, yo, I'm either going to take this damage or I'm going to take the knockdown and restart over of getting my way in. So my man was opting to take the resets in a lot of these situations because obviously it's going to net you more damage. You keep that pressure and you put your opponent in a situation, especially a Cammy, in a situation where she's putting herself in a lot more vulnerable situations. It's just, once again, keeping a character like that honest, where they're not hitting buttons, where they're not whiff punishing you a lot of times, is not going to be easy. And that's what you saw kind of play out right there. CHBK gonna take it over Sequ, but it was also a pleasure just to see him make it to this top 16 area and to call some of his matches, as well as everybody else, man. 7BD, Mintz, Acute Moon, Sunny, Shinjiri, Fire B, Sins, everybody that has actually like participated so far who has went home. Thank you guys so much for participating. It's been a pleasure to see you guys' story unfold here. It's been a pleasure to call them myself. Like I said, I don't get to do too many of these often. Typically, I'm watching from my house, so it's dope that I'm in here calling from the studio with the boy Vicious. It's been a dope time, man, and what we were doing was figuring out the top 8 for this South Africa CPT 2023. Thank you guys for staying along for the ride. I know it was an early start. To everybody who has been here from the beginning, you got a special place in my heart. And it's okay if you were not, because you got a chance to make it up tomorrow when we come to this top 8 here for the South Africa region.
No doubt. And speaking of, we still have the other regions to sign up for, right? We talked about that scheduling at the early top of show. Well, let me remind you guys that the CPT registration is currently available. Coming up for Europe, Northeast. You guys don't want to miss this with the Capcom Pro Tour currently underway. Again, a reminder, all the regional online events are now available to sign up, as well as the 2 CPT offlines happening in Singapore and in France. The winner of each event obviously will get their chance to compete at the Big Dance Capcom Cup 10 for the grand prize of $1 million. Yo, let me get that screen cap one more time. How much is on the line exactly? $1 million.
Splacacao.
Damn.
Splacacao.
Exactly. With over $2 million in the total prizing for the CPT. This is the biggest prize pool that we've had thus far for Capcom Cup. That is for sure. That is for certain. And if you guys want to hand like a little bit of your hand in that and possibly get all the action, well, obviously head over to CapcomProTour.com for more information on how to sign up and register for your events. Taking a look at the tournament schedule, what do we have coming up real soon?
Singapore offline, which is coming up. You see it October 20th through the 22nd. Of course, registration period is open to the 23rd. The 28th, Europe Northeast, you will be up for our next event. And then, of course, the France online. You have until the 20th to register. That is going to be an offline premiere, much like the Singapore event. It is going to be filled with heavy hitters, and it is our next 3 events on the tournament schedule. You saw what was on the line. You see what these players could potentially win. The largest prize payout here for a Street Fighter game and just for fighting games in general. You guys are up for that prize, especially if you continue to win, man.
No doubt, no doubt. And again, we've talked about the qualifying spots for the top 8. It's not the only way to qualify into the big dance of Capcom Cup.
Yeah, the World Warrior is another way you can make that happen. The Capcom Pro Tour isn't the only way to qualify for Capcom Cup 10. World Warrior regional events are now available to sign up. 26 different regions, 26 regional champions, all competing for the grand prize of $1 million. Count it, $1 million at Capcom Cup 10. Head on over to CapcomProTour.com for more info if you would like a way to fight your way possibly to that $1 million. You got my hopes and dreams on your side, but I promise you it will not be easy. Capcom Cup 10 is going to be amazing. Evo was only a tip of the iceberg. We got Street Fighter League going on right now. That's going to accumulate as well at Capcom Cup like we've seen before. You guys do not want to miss any of it. And if you want to find out how those stories begin, how they end, where they come from, and all the regions that they may be in, you have to make sure to tune in to Capcom Fighters as many times as you see it go active for all the cool events leading up to Capcom Cup 10, as well as Street Fighter 6 info, all the new prizes, all the new updates when it comes to a Chipotle battle takeover of the hub, where you can see some of your favorite friends and influencers play games as well. It's just been a dope time to see what's been going on with this year's Pro Tour and the World Warrior events. So thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah, no doubt. Again, we talked about that big prize pool. That's a lot of cheese on the line, but we are going to get some even more cheese as we get into this next segment. After the break, we have the Chipotle Unwrapped. We're going to get the inside scoop, not just with the chips, but with the dip right after this. You don't want to miss it. We're going to conclude our top 16 with a little bit of a roundabout. You don't want to miss it as we lead into our top 8. We'll see you right after this break.
You're really making all of this by hand.
Oh yeah. The avocados are hand mashed, the chips are hand tossed, and everything is made fresh.
You make it fresh every day?
Yes, every day. The Chipotle way is we make it fresh every day.
Sounds delicious.
Street Fighter 6.
Fighting is an art. And this is our canvas. Here, we flex our style, our passion, our creativity, our skills. We come here to break rules, to bend minds, to change the game. This is where we make an impression. we make our masterpiece.
Fighter 6.
Available now.
Time to work, time to work. When inhaled, coriamyrtin blocks the gamma-aminobutyric acid receptors in the central nervous system, causing spasmodic muscle contractions.
Master, it's a work of art! It's perfect!
What to do with you now? So, shall we put him out of his misery? Time for some experimentation. I bet poison would work wonders on you. I wouldn't move if I were you. Poison's on the menu. I'm finished with I have my own death. Let's do now. Here, there, then here, and my magnum opus! Is my poison kicking in?
Street Fighter 6. Street Fighter 6.
Welcome back to the Capcom Pro Tour in one of our favorite segments. It's Chipotle Unwrapped, where we get down to the nitty gritty and also scoop up some of that cheese, baby. Vicious here with Tasty Steve. It's about to get even tastier with some of the things on the menu. We got the chips and the queso dip. Listen here. As we get into it, don't let me stop you.
Oh yeah, we can do that.
You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want.
Talk to him, bro.
Let me ask you a real important question, Steve, as you dive into it.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. Top 16, right? Let's take a look at that real quick.
Bro.
I know he was ready. I just wanted to see if he would do it. Let's take a look at our top 16 bracket to see where we even ended up in terms of some of the favorites going into it, right? Will Bartness versus Sequ. We already had two favorites, and obviously one of them had to go home packing. But it was Will who took it down over Sequ 2-0 in convincing fashion. Then after that, Ren versus Mark the Shark. Ren, I feel like, has been a returning player since the CPT. Street Fighter 5, he made it into the top 8 as well. Jobby M, one of the standout players in South Africa, getting his 2-0. And then Naruto RSA, another returning CPT competitor in top 8. What do you think of this composition, though? Composition of the competition, excuse me, Tasty Steve.
The composition of the competition. My man's got bars while I'm eating the queso. Yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. No, it's actually been really good. Much like this queso and the chips. I'm sorry I was crunching the ears, but no, it's been actually sick, though. The top 16 really did kind of put things in a perspective. We were talking about how Acute Moon was going to do really well, but he was on that lower side of the bracket, right?
Yeah,
Come on, bro.
I got it.
Oh, jeez. Of course, you already touched on Jobby M. Jobby M probably like the hero, I feel like one of the unsung heroes of just like the region himself.
Right.
Especially coming off of that, the Red Bull Kumite thing, which really did kind of put a spotlight on everybody. Sequ as well, especially with some of the more underrepresented characters. That's one of the things I really liked about this region. We did see like quite a few like new characters in there that we don't typically see, whether it be the Kims. I mean, the Marisas, even though they're good, you ain't got to make eye contact while you're eating the chips like that, bro. It's cool. We're friends here, all right? It's not a... But, no, it has been one of those brackets that I felt like could have went anyway, especially considering they now have more locals that they have been able to play in. Cape Town Showdown just came and went, obviously. So it's been a lot of times for these guys to cross paths. But this is what I touched on while we were sitting here watching some of these matches. The region itself, you really get a sense of the stories that being told there. And that's one of the most beautiful things about the fighting game community. Each region will have its own story. And a lot of times there's not a bright enough light on some of the locals, on some of the regions, where they do get to see, like, man, how did this guy Jobby M get here? Why is he so good?
Why was Acute Moon even talked about today?
Exactly.
There's a very good reason
There's
for that.
a reason for that. And if you go back and look at some of these events, some of the locals Sigma has put on, we saw Rob TV and Brian F. actually talk to him a little earlier. You'll see just how important those stories are. And it really does add to the legacy, whether you're from that region or just a fan of any other players from that region.
It also really helps kind of project what's going to happen in a top 16 if you ever look at it. Like taking a look at the loser side bracket, right? You're taking a look at some of these players here. Although it went via 2-0, there's a lot of history between a lot of these players in those World Warrior events. You know what's really cool too? You're going to see different outcomes as time goes on with some of these World Warrior events, right? We talked about Acute Moon taking down so many heavy hitters, right? He took down Jobby M to get first place in one of the World Warriors. He got second at the most recent one. But take a look, right? He fell short to Mark the Shark. And Mark the Shark, we talked about his progression over at World Warrior. He got fourth, right? Even before that, he got seventh twice over. So he's always been a top 8 competitor, and we're seeing it again against one of the most dangerous moons of them all. But even overall, we've had so many different storylines. We've had so many different players show out different results as well. One of them being 7BD also. I
was actually just looking at it.
I think that was one of my favorite matches to watch overall. Like the Sins versus 7BD match, his jury was going absolutely nuts. But I will say this, man, in terms of in the top 16, right? We looked at the winner side already. We talked about some of our favorites. In terms of the top 16, the loser side, were there any that kind of stood out in your favor?
So let me take a look at this.
I got you. We could also bring back the
can we just take a look at the bracket really quick? So if you look at the loser side, we already talked about 7BD. 7BD, if you look at how it turned out after that first game, he looked so dominant versus Sins, right? Coming up versus Natsuka, and it kind of just fell apart. And that could be for multiple reasons, man. We know Natsuka had the Honda, and that Honda really did check him a lot of instances when it came to the jumps and just controlling the neutral. Also, Fire B was another one. He took out Billy Date. And that's a big thing.
That's a huge ask.
That's a huge thing. And this is what I was talking about. This also adds to the stories. Obviously, Bionic with the Kim took him down, but that's another player. Once again, we don't get to see Kims in a top 8 like that.
Right.
Not more regularly anyway. So that's why that's a really big matchup to see. If you look at Mark the Shark, I recently saw that his first event was Red Bull Kumite. Him showing up here and actually being able to perform says a lot about his determination and his growth, and the fact that he took out Acute Moon, another player that we were looking at. CHBK with the Cammy. Once again, a character.
Wild card for me, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, definitely true, because I was looking at like what could happen between Sunny and CHBK, and CHBK really just kind of ran away with that. You can see the score 2-0. Same thing goes up against Sequ, and CHBK really does the same thing where it's like, I'm not gonna let you snowball. You're not about to get these SPD resets on me. I know that this character can't take that. So I'm going to play a lot more offensive. Starts to throw in the hooligans. Starts to go throw in, what is it called? The switchblade? I can't remember the name of the move that she does. The charge move that Cammy does.
I just call it the scythe.
The scythe? But even that move, throwing that in there really does put you at odds, even though there was great defense about, you got the...
They got the double
The double chip. I always try to pull them out and separate them.
Nope, not today.
No? Wow. Man, that's how you get down, huh? It's a lot of power right there, bro. I don't even know how you just did that. He's like, But no, and that's why I say that, some of these matchups could have went either way. Some of them was kind of like a snowball scenario where it was more like, hey, look, am I going to be able to keep this character off of me? Am I going to be able to stop this Ken game coming from Mintz? Am I going to be able to stop this game coming from Zangief? And it was very much a back and forth scenario throughout most of this top 16. Outside of some of the times, we definitely had some blow-ups, but like it was really some of these matchups that I felt like were either uncommon in the matchup period or that we saw probably for the first time here. These guys ran into for the first time.
I agree. Now, going into the top 8, in case you are not as informed of the region, let me unwrap it for you here. Taking a look at the semifinals, Will Bartness versus Ren. Now, Ren, formerly known as Renowned Gamer, he's been here a bunch of times over for the CPT. I will admit, Will Bartness, I have seen in terms of like his performances over at World Warrior, absolutely super consistent, right? He's been like a top 8 competitor at the other two, but taking down first on the most recent World Warrior was super impressive because of how stacked it was. But overall, I actually haven't seen him up until Street Fighter 6. Like, I'd have to do thorough research. So with that in mind, this might just be a toss-up, like a coin toss, really, between these two competitors. But Jobby M versus Naruto RSA, these cats have 100% played before. But it's a brand new game. We might see different results, right? Who knows?
I mean, Jobby M, I was talking about how effective he could be on a character like DJ because of those conversions, because he has great screen awareness and control. Those fireballs with him are really going to take him a long way. I want to see how that works against Naruto RSA, and we will, because that is the top side. Of course, we talked about CHBK and the Cammy. Mark the Shark really doing work this time around. Staying alive, one of the first matches on loser's side. Obviously, the build-up has definitely been there. Mark the Shark, like we said before, one of his first events was Red Bull Kumite, and now he's kind of building up steam, has a great character to do so. CHBK definitely in a great spot as well. I feel like offensively knows how to get around a lot of stuff, as well as mixing in hooligan in some of these situations is really going to take him far. And once again, I feel like the slow pace is really what's going to dictate how these guys go up against each other, especially in that matchup specifically. That CHBK matchup is versus Mark the Shark is definitely going to be a very vital match. I'd be interested to see if we get a more active Ken as opposed to a Cammy. Like, which one are we going to see more of? How would they react to, like, dive kicks and stuff like that? That's one of the things you have to worry about. So it's really just one of those, hey, how do you approach the matchup? Because obviously there's multiple ways to do so. It's just more about delivery at that point.
We didn't get to talk about that last matchup, too, in the loser side. Bionic going up against Natsuka. I think this is going to be my... I will say, like, if we looked at the top 8, the one I'm looking forward to the most, it easily has to be this one just because of the character diversity. I think, you know, Honda versus Kimberly is not something that really gets to be shown into the light. But I also really like the never say die attitude of Natsuka going in for some of the same types of strategies that a lot of these cats haven't really adjusted to just yet. And not even just South Africa. That's the world, baby. Like, some people are just not ready for Honda.
No, that's true. That's true. Definitely one of those characters that, like, it's a character that really takes advantage of the Street Fighter 6 playstyle. You have to use parries, right? You have to be aware of your drive bar. Any Honda is going to tell you, like, that's part of their goal, to chip you out, make sure you don't have drive bar to retaliate. So even if you are getting these punishes, you start mixing in butt slam, you really keep your opponent on their toes. And it's not easy to really kind of change that up. I was actually going to say, speaking of changing up, you need to let me get some of these.
I got you. I took some of yours already.
All right.
But, oh, man. Sorry, we're both going to do it at the same time. No, I'll wait. Anyways, that pretty much concludes our Unwrapped segment. Steve, before we get into it, actually, before we end it, what matchup are you looking forward to the most in the top 8?
I really want to see how the Jobby M match plays out.
Versus Naruto?
Because I feel like just looking at Jobby M, he kind of sets the tone for how this top 8 is going to look at the end. And, I mean, obviously, I feel like he's one of the people that's structured to make it the furthest. But also, I feel like Jobby M has shown just how tough he is. And a lot of the players in the matchup, in the bracket that are left, they have enough experience to where they're going to change it up and approach the matchup differently. Jobby M might be the man to beat, but everybody's got an eye on him, I feel like. And he's definitely one of the people that you really need to take out. And that DJ's not going to make it easy. But, yeah, I'm really interested to see how far Jobby M goes. I really wanted to see if Acute Moon make it a little further.
I wish so, too, yeah. But we got Mark the Shark, which is still just as good. Mark's been throwing it down. So I'm very excited about that as well from the loser side. A lot of prospective champions here. But, again, at the end of the day, there can only be one. Ladies and gentlemen, we've topped off our top 16 here for South Africa. In the meantime, be sure to follow along at Capcom Fighters and all the respective channels as well on stream for the social medias as well. You guys do not want to miss it. Also, if you have the chance to, follow my guy Tasty_Steve and myself at ViciousFGC for all the latest and greatest news for anything Street Fighter related, especially with Street Fighter League coming on the horizon. Ladies and gentlemen, again, we will see you tomorrow, same time, same place, to find our champion for South Africa. Hope you've enjoyed the Capcom Pro Tour. We'll see you for the next one. Peace.